Welcome to Updates with Precious. So it always sweet our belly. Today for Inside Delta State, their music don't change because they don't enter the Nigerian national anthem. What's it be that where what's it be that in where Pastor Bakare called the song? He called him the infamous song of unity, a bit disunity. On your mandate we shall stand. I must go and get that name where you call up for you. So now on your mandate, now they reign for Inside Delta State now as the governor of Delta State and the running mate to Atiku Abubakar, Ifeanyi Okowa, don't decamp from PDP to APC. Interesting, right? Wow, that now one of the matters that we say we'll go talk about today for Inside the Show. We tell on the other day say about 4 governors for inside Nigeria will go from PDP go day where we say they go move enter APC. And we tell you initially say these governors one now the River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara, and people don't they talk and say it go soon go to because I get evidence as supporters of Fubara right now. Don't they sing praises of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? They call him the King Solomon of our time, the Solomon of our empire. I'm gonna let you in on that conversation as they continue with the show. Now, not don't they para, not say what is going on here. Remember, say Hakim Baba Ahmed been done film talk say South. If South thinks say they go feed do them on their own, make them do them, but say believe say nobody go fit win election without the support of the North. So say because the game plan and now because of say it be like say President Tinubu no be like get as he did with them for not again. You don't shift base now. They form alliance with South. And not on the film say you think you can do it without us. They don't already want say if your point or the what thing you won't do now to rig the 2027 election, then I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you because say Nigeria go disintegrate if the 2027 election day rigged. Wow. So the conversation today, breaking Okowa Oboriwore, will be the Delta State governor. Others don't dump PDP, enter inside APC. Eweleke. Tinubu, they inside security meeting right now with all security chiefs. I think they inside closed door meeting right now with them for inside Aso Rock. I go let you in and wait till then talk. Oshun reps a member of Osun State, Osun House of Representative, don't also quit PDP. Don't dump PDP. You don't come out to another party. Which party you go? We go let you know. Emergency rule. Fubara may shift ground after Tinubu's UK meeting. That one day now. We'll talk about that yesterday. Concerning other matter we get to do with shifting ground. Atiku, Wike should leave PDP immediately. But they judge. Now can they talk that one? Okay, we'll go talk about that matter. But we'll enter inside other issues that get to do with insecurity very quickly. Insecurity, IGP don't deploy special anti-bandit squad nationwide. That one saved day. Worst thing in security, Niger government don't impose curfew. 11 people now they don't kill so far for inside Benue State. That one saved day. And then you can't turn a blind eye. Ghanaian Adams don't ask Tinubu to stop the killing for inside Benue Plateau, Ondo, and other states. So why they do like say your eye they pain you need a sea road? And Benue killings attackers are Malians. Say the people they attack us for Benue State are Malians. They're from Mali. Speaking full, say they speak full and in not Nigerian language. Oh wow, Governor Alia Nine talk this one. Okay. All right. All this matter and more they inside our domot we be so go look at. Arrest anybody who carry dreadlocks. It be like saying that dreadlocks people be a problem we will get for inside this country. This matter them now we get to tackle today for inside the show. And joining me for the show this evening, now the chairman of Accountability Council, Mr. Shego Shakuto. Mr. Shego, thank you so much. The way you oblige me anytime I call you, I feel like point libation for you. You do well. Thank you so much. As you follow,
It's always
join
a
me.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Precious.
Thank you
Always
so
a
much. All right,
pleasure.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And also joining me for Inside the Studio, now Benjamin. Benjamin Onyema, now politician, we're from Delta State. And he gets interest in the stakeholder for Inside Delta State. Benjamin, thank you so much for joining me. I mean, the last time we spoke about Labour Party's Supreme Court judgment, you did predict right, even though people wanted to roast you on the show. Mr. Shekwito, that day, my people won't roast them. They won't fry them for inside the show. Because in talk, say even though say Supreme Court don't give this judgment, say in the see, say Abure no go obey the rule of law. Say you no go obey the judgment. Say in the see, say Abure faction, they no go obey. And say no be the judgment no be waiting people supposed to be excited about. People were roasting him, but I was like, why would people not? But wetin him talk come dey like say e don dey play out right now. Make I apologize on behalf of people wey bin wan roast you, Benjamin. Thank you. So let's
Thank
get
you.
straight into the matter of the day as e get to do with the defection for inside Delta State. As the ranks of the opposition, in fact, first of all, we wake up this morning to see a story about the former Delta State governor. Ifeanyi Okowa telling in people something. They can't tell the people say, say they won't do something, say they will soon move to somewhere, but say that's where they won't move to. Say make them no worry, make them collect their support. Make I play that video. And then since Ibi say Benjamin from Delta State, he go help us interpret what's in a brother Ifeanyi Okowa be the talk. Because now there and the matter starts this morning. Before we don't know, we don't begin here mandate song. But make we first of all play that footage, make Benjamin help us interpret wetin Ifeanyi Okowa bin dey talk for inside that gathering as he address the constitution.
Sorry, by the special grace of God. So, any year can go move way. Iye le re yo se ore ma ye mesin na. No you so. But I take the decision. It will be in the best interest. And ore ma yin le gi obiani baso na that decision as they take it. Iye le skarema. Be assured that we will not go in the wrong direction. We will take the best thing, the best direction, the best path for our people. Me here the house of Nema. Ekele kamundo tolupo. Kono ga kwa kano mani ikano apoha.
Experience, it's even more empirical than anything.
Anytime you
Okay, all right. Benjamin, would you mind to please explain to us what exactly is going on in that
You
conversation?
see, like that conversation was heard in my mom's ward. My mom's came from that village. That was exactly like, yeah, it's in my mom's ward. You know, that is where my
In your
mom came
mother's
from.
word.
Yeah.
Okay, oh wow, interesting. That was close
So,
home.
so it's quite unfortunate. You know why I say it's quite unfortunate? It's not. He's
Yeah,
saying
go
it's
ahead,
for
tell
the
us why.
interest of the masses. It's not for the
Yeah.
interest of the masses. It's
Why do
for
you think so?
selfish people. It's for selfish
Eh.
purpose. Delta State that I know is anti-APC. But let me tell you, this government is now trying to succeed, but they may not succeed in weaponizing the people's choice. The message, the
Oh wow.
message they are spreading now is this. We are not voting, don't mind. If I say you will go, you will go. If I say you will leave, you will leave. That is what our politics has turned into. A
Are you
promise
serious?
has been made. So, a lot of stakeholders have called me today. I've been on call since. A lot of stakeholders have been trying to reach out to me. And you know what they are saying? None of them, in their right senses, believe in this choice. But do you know what they keep telling me? This is where we get our daily bread from. This is, I was appointed by the local government. I was appointed by the governor. What will I do? But if I have my way, APC would have not been the best option. So, but this whole thing never started today. So the way let me tell you, the game is that, do you want to retain? It's like a threat. You get? Do you want to retain power, or you want to face the dance? Because we don't have judicial system. We don't have the security architect of Nigeria is zero. So the executive control every arms of government. So in that case now, it's like power is being selected, not choosing. The will of people is dying. This government is trying to tell the people that you have no say. Your vote doesn't count. But let me tell you, the only people who can fight him is the North. I'm not from the North.
Okay, so Mr. Shokmi, so let me come straight to you. The last time Hakim Baba Ahmed, former Vice President, the former political advisor to Vice President Kashim Shettima spoke about this. He did speak vehemently on how the North will not look the other way. I think I have that footage because it's important that we call footages and evidences in such conversations so that we at least seek for proper clarity in the conversation as so they get am. Sometimes they forget saying a pidgin English as supposed to they use the talk. So the last talk, he talk very bit angrily. He talk say this time around, say the North no go feel look the other way. make things they happen the way they happen. And say anybody waiting say they go fit win election without the not. Say the person go dey deceive themselves. Say it no go fit happen. And say if Nigeria thinks say they go rig the election this time around, say it no go dey possible because say Nigeria will cease to exist. These words, Nigeria will cease to exist if the 2027 election is rigged. What do you think is playing out? At a time when the North is agitating and fuming over President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's supposed politics and sidelining of the North, and then the next thing he does, he's aligning with the South to gain more grounds. What do you think say they go on, sir? And then plus what Benjamin mentioned here about
Well, I mean, if
impoverishing, suppressing the people economically to gain them.
yeah, I mean, these are time-old, age-old tricks in the tool bag of our politicians, and these things are things that we all know very well. Look, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if there's anything we know about him, is that he's a politician through and through, and he's
Yes.
I think what you can call,
That's why they call him the
and
master, the master
yes,
strategist.
exactly. The master strategies, political sagacity, and all those words that psychopaths use. And if there's anything
Did
that
you call them
we can
psychopaths?
also say for, yeah, yes, it's a word in the dictionary. I don't know what it is. So, if
I don't used to understand
if
English
if
by this time
if
of the day. Now, what's it make me the speak pidgin
you know,
English
saying
every time
pidgin
when I
they
come
talk.
because I don't understand English.
So, so if we go by that, and we know that to a very large extent it is true, even though from a negative point of view, right? If we go by that, then I think that it is safe to assume that this man knows what he's doing, right? I think he knows very well. Yeah, he knows absolutely certain. There is no doubt in my mind about that. That he knows what he's doing. Um, he knows that it cannot. It's impossible for any candidate, just like Baba Ahmed said. It's a self-evident fact. Just by virtue of the distribution of the numbers of our electorate, across the country, it's literally impossible. And then the homogeneity of language and religion to a large extent. It's a large extent. It's not complete, but to a large extent, the northern, the 19 northern states, almost all of them speak Hausa. In fact, I can say all of them speak Hausa as lingua franca. They are not all Hausa people,
One way or
but
the other. I mean, I have a
yes,
security man who's from Plateau State, but he
yes, but he
speaks
speaks
Hausa very
Hausa
fluently.
absolutely
And
from
he's from
Nasarawa,
Jos.
from
Yes.
Plateau, from
Yeah.
Benue. They are not Hausa people. Even from Borno State, many of them are not Hausa. They are
Yes.
Kanuris, but they
There are
all
lots of,
speak.
that's what a lot of us do
Yes,
not know, that
people don't know
there
this.
are lots of
A
ethnic
lot
groups in
of
Borno
tribes,
State. They don't know
absolutely,
that.
absolutely. And Borno State has
Yeah.
a large population of Christians. People don't know this, but they're all Hausa
Absolutely.
speaking. So this homogeneity of language means that, to a large extent, it's relatively easy to get your message across. And then there are cultural similarities that they also have that also makes this possible. There's religious commonalities that also makes this possible. So it's clear that anybody that wants to win elections in Nigeria, today's Nigeria, you must capture a certain percentage of votes from the north. Otherwise, you will fail. You cannot win the elections because the southern votes will be divided in most cases. There is a division between the
Okay.
south and the west as well. So what President Tinubu is doing is that he knows that the north is a problem right now. It's a self-created problem. He created that problem by himself.
But why is it not a problem right now? Let's even look at it.
It's a
One of the complaints in
Yeah.
North is giving. They talk, say in policies don't impoverish people, say people they suffer. Even though say one leg do they tell us today now, say, oh, say this Tinubu tax reforms, say it will drive long-term economic resilience. That's when they talk. But people are saying that we'll first of all be alive and eat. Those of us who are alive go first eat before we
Exactly.
fight for our future generation,
Exactly.
Abi, and
Exactly.
all those. Now, would you say that argument, if that's the argument, and they also talked about the fact that the lopsidedness of his appointment,
Exactly.
saying appointment day one side. Even though some people also talk, say Buhari did it, did not complain. But would you say that their complaint, first of all, is genuine? Their complaint, they genuine. The complaint, what they complain about? Is they right?
I mean, for me, as a southerner, as a Yoruba man from the southwest,
Mm,
I feel
mhm.
I feel a bit embarrassed, at how how um, um, how uncaring, how lackadaisical the president is to those sensitivities. Those things are real issues. I don't generally follow that line of thought. I think that competence is the most important thing. I think that I don't care whether you're from the moon. This is my standard approach to the matter. Whether you're from the moon or from Pluto or from Jupiter or you're from, the north, the west, the east, you are Muslim, you are, whatever. I don't care. Just deliver. I think meritocracies have been proven to work. However, having said that, we must acknowledge the reality of Nigeria today. We must acknowledge that we're divided.
And then there's a
You
law
know,
in our constitution about federal
yes, about
character.
federal
Remember?
character. Yes, so we must, and the reason that law is there is because it recognizes our historical antecedents that has brought us to where we are today. And we cannot shy away, we can't ignore, we can't wish away those sensitivities. The fact that people want representation, people want to feel like they belong, even though there is absolutely zero economic benefit to the fact that your tribe's person is president or your tribe's person is governor. No economic benefit in most cases. But people still want to feel that way. So President Tinubu has ignored those things completely and has made his appointments from the place that he primarily trusts, which is the Southwest, and not just the Southwest, but from the Lagos boys, as we call it. So as he has been doing that, he has
But are they really
alienated
the
the
best
North.
hands?
No. I mean, there are good hands all over the country.
I don't even
There
want.
are good hands
I don't
everywhere.
even want to talk about the southeast, though. I don't even want to talk
Yeah,
about the southeast because the
yeah,
southeast looks like
exactly.
the
Exactly.
most marginalized here. From
Yes,
from
as
Buhari's
usual.
administration to this administration.
As usual. It's the story of the Southeast life, sadly. So he has marginalized the North, and the North is agitating, and they know they have the power to determine who will, win the next election or not. So they have been very loud. So he knows. It's not as if he doesn't know that the North is agitated and happy with him. But he believes that he needs to settle so-called the easier problem. The easier problem is the South. He knows also that he needs votes in the South and in the Southeast. He needs votes there as well because he will lose some northern votes. He will lose some northern
Oga,
votes.
calm down, Mr. Shokito. Mr. Shokito, if you
So
follow
it's
the
all a
way we
game.
say election they happen for Nigeria,
Mhm.
if you follow the way election they happen for Nigeria, you think say South and Southeast people go open their eye like this, koro vote APC because they didn't do that in 2015. They didn't do that in 2019. They didn't do it in 2023. Why would they do it in 2027 in a government that has had them suffering more than any other
My
administration?
dear sister,
Why do you think they would do that?
how many? Look, let me tell you, the President Obasanjo has already given us some, what did they call that thing?
See, gossip
some uruji, some korokoro,
some scoop,
yes, some scope
scoop on how to win
on how
elections.
it works. And one of the things that he has said, and we all knew this, but he has now confirmed it, is that you need governors to win presidential elections. The governors are the ones that determines what happens to the votes, right? Now,
And that is where that is the line that the president is throwing now by capturing the
so
governors
can you see what is happening?
first.
So in the South, Rivers State is going to APC, whether you like it or not. That's what all of this has been about. Delta State don't join APC. Edo State is APC.
Already.
3 out of 6 states in the South, APC already. In the South alone. In the Southeast, you already have 1 APC state, and there is a very real possibility.
No,
that
two
sorry,
APC states.
2 APC states, sorry,
And Imo State.
Exactly. In out of 5, you have 2. You have 3 in South. That's 5 states already out of 11.
But Mr. Shokito,
Can you see where the president
if
is
we
going?
look at those states, I see where he's going.
Yeah.
But again, did Imo State win the presidential election for Tinubu?
No, that's a different conversation.
2023.
That's a different conversation. Look, yes, the truth of the
Why
matter.
is it different?
Because let's be honest with ourselves. The elections, with all due respect to anybody's sensibilities, Aisha, the elections they are not a true reflection of what actually happened. They are rigged. However, in order for you to rig successfully, you need support. So the fact that it's rigged does not mean
and that's why you need the governors
absolutely. So he needs the governors to mobilize the foot soldiers that will perfect the rigging machinery. The rigging, we all know how it works now. We all observe elections. During the last elections, I was extremely involved. We know exactly what happened. So you need people to rig. So don't think that rigging means that he doesn't have support. So my point is that the reason he needs those governors is that he needs to perfect his rigging machine. It's not to deliver votes per se. They will vote, they will deliver some votes, but the sentiment in the Southeast is overridingly and overwhelmingly anti-APC and anti-Tinubu. So if you are leaving it to just the electorate themselves, Tinubu can never win in the Southeast. He can never win in the South-South. But with the governors, they will deliver the results for him to win there. And then, so once he has finished his game in the Southeast, he can now turn his gaze back. He will see what will happen. We're just about halfway through his tenure now. We're about to get into year three. Sorry, we're finishing year 2. By May 29, he's going to have a cabinet reshuffle. He's going to appoint some new board members, and you will see a slight resurgence from the northern part of the country in terms of appointments. And, he's going to correct some of these things because he has to play the game. He has to appease them and win them back. So that's what I think what's doing now is he's consolidating himself in the South where he comes from, and then he will turn back to the people that he has offended and try to win them back.
All right, so Benjamin, I don't know if you're still there with us, but let's quickly get to the threat that was just recently. One, I'll take the threat by the two Baba Ahmeds, right? The one from Dati Baba Ahmed, where he did advise the president not to even bother contesting again, because that he would never win the election. We'll take that threat, and then we'll go to what his elder brother Hakim said, and then would compare that to what is happening today. If maybe perhaps the president is calling their bluffs or calling the northern bluffs,
expect
as it were.
Tinubu to throw in the towel. If he is that smart politician that he turns out to be. You know me, I say the truth. For someone to have organized 2007, culminating in his electoral heist in 2023, that person must be super smart politician. I'm not praising him at all. It's not good to be what really he is that I don't want to say. But look, he skipped 2007 and jokingly made Atiku candidate, made Ribadu and somebody 11, made Buhari in 15, Buhari won, and then skipped 2019 and then stole 2023. If he is that smart, everything is there for him that he's going to lose 2027. If he is that smart, because everything is there. There are 2 possible candidates that I cannot mention, and they are the nemesis of Tinubu. Tinubu's time has come. It has been proven that APC is a lie. Buhari did not develop Nigeria. Buhari did not provide security. Buhari did not fight corruption. Neither will Tinubu ever do this. So going forward, I see APC losing this election. I see Nigerians somehow uniting. Listening to what someone like me is saying that, look, if you cannot practice this democracy, it's not for you. And then Nigerians will decide to come out and practice democracy for the first time. And then bad leadership will begin to have no hiding place in Nigeria. And then gradually we'll begin to heal our land. We'll begin to recover. We'll begin to unite and take each other's as fellow Nigerians, brothers and sisters. Their time is.
All right, so Mr. Shokwiso, you heard what Baba Ahmed said. Could you slightly chime in on that? So do you believe that Nigerians would never vote APC and say, it don't dawn on Nigeria, say APC na fake, say they no go fit deliver us? It they you like saying that true? Based on this one where people don't they move from one party and other parties to APC now, and say APC no really get what it takes to win 2027 elections, say they don't lose as a matter of fact.
The people that are moving are politicians, and they're just moving for their share of the treasury. They are moving for their share of the loot, basically. So they don't represent the people. The people already knew that APC failed them. In quote person, like Peter Obi, it was clear that APC's time was up and they were going to lose. And yet what happened? So for me, if you are talking about the people, people are clear that APC has failed them. And Tinubu hasn't helped the APC case at all in these 2 years. He has made things far worse, if that's possible. Nobody thought that things could become worse than what Buhari did. but they actually became worse, like significantly worse. And all of a sudden, to my shock and surprisation,
And in every aspect.
yeah, to my shock and surprisation, even me, I look over my shoulder with some sort of nostalgia and say, and Buhari can't, it be like say Buhari can't try safe compared to what we're seeing now. Can you just imagine that? The Buhari that we all join hand to abuse very well is now looking like a saint. So APC failed. APC has failed. If it is left to the will and the wishes of the people, APC can never win elections in this country again. It's impossible. But it's very simple now, Precious. We all saw it happen in 2023. All you have to do is turn one server off and switch another server on and write one of these things here, write one result sheet there. It's simple. So the elections, look, let me tell you, the reality of the matter is that if Nigerians want a leader that they chose, then we have to do things differently in 2027. This idea of voting, you come out, you stand in the sun, you stand in the rain, you vote, then you go home. We're not ready. If you know that you want the elections to really bear the results that you voted, when you finish voting, you ain't going nowhere. And I don't mean one or two people, I mean everybody. We need to start telling ourselves that in 2027, the electoral cycle does not end when you cast your ballot. That's not when it ends. It ends when they finish counting and collating at the local government. So we need to mobilize ourselves and say to yourself.
So that means Nigerians should follow them from their polling units to the
collation center. We must all go there.
The collation center.
What we realized,
sure
yes, because what we realized in 2023 was that rigging happened in places where the opposition did not have enough representation on ground. So in places where there were enough people, as they were trying to rig, people were making noise. People were, hey, what are you doing there? Hey, no, don't. And they had to take.
That's how people were snapping those cancellations.
Absolutely. So Nigerians, the only way for the elections in 2027, I'm sorry, but this is the reality. People out there, some people will disagree with me, but the only way for the elections to count for what it truly is, for what the people have said and done with their votes, is that Nigerians must protect those votes until collation at local government, at the they call them racks, at the local government center. That's where, when that collation is done, that's when you can now go home and say, and usually that doesn't happen until very late in the night. So when you are going out to vote in the morning, gather your whatever it is, your food, your backpack, your whatever. When you finish in your unit, in your polling unit, you can't drive, but nobody say you can't walk. Gather your body and start walking to the nearest collation center to you and go and protect your vote.
That is made a sacrifice the whole day
have
for
to
the
give
good
that
of their
day
nation.
and know that that's the only
want.
way to free yourself and your country from the control of these people that have captured the state. That's the solution. So all this, the people go vote, people not go vote. Nah, story.
Okay, so let me get back to you, Benjamin. Benjamin Onyema, I know you can hear me. Your state, Delta State, your former governor had a case with the EFCC. Remember, right? And not so long ago, do you think that people don't they gossip now, they talk, say, this one won't move now, saying use them settle grant for the case where be say get with EFCC so that the case go die down? Because you won't tell me say I'm the only governor where be say chop money. I mean, we cannot chop money for River State. Why they not call EFCC for them? So what do you think? What do you think led to this decision? By your governor and your former governor moving from PDP.
Let me tell you, just like what my brother said, interest has aligned. Cover me, I cover your shit. So what the masses go ahead, they will just come share some remnant for you and everybody will be happy. Just like what my brother said, Nigerians, they have not learned their lesson. Let me tell you, Delta State that I know, you can't go and speak of APC in Delta State. Nobody will listen to you. But they're
singing on the mandate now. Should I play it for you? I'll come. I'm coming to it.
That is money. Money has exchanged hands. Let me tell you, our politicians. Just like what he said. Do you want me to tell the world the way Wike rigs election? Wike rigs election in collation center. That is how he'll just give people all those his boys, and that is his style of rigging. He uses if you want to get into power in Nigeria, get the security agencies, get the INEC, and they will do it for you in the collation center. So
Mr. Shocking,
voting
you
is
did not
like
head.
Yes, now. The
Mr.
man is
Shocking, this
talking
ain't not
sense.
shock you.
Nobody's making sense
Hey,
now.
are you
that is
serious?
that is the strategies.
Yes, now.
That was what he helped them to rig the election in Edo. Edo people, they don't know it. He taught them that style.
So in a collation center, they use rig election for Edo State.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get to the conversation now. You know,
So
say okay,
now
okay.
you are talking of my ex-governor. You
Mhm.
see, my ex-governor is not even thinking about the poor masses. He's not even thinking of what is going on in Nigeria, but he's thinking of himself in the name of masquerading himself as a political leader. Now, they've had inner meeting, and he felt that thing will favor him. What affect the masses he doesn't really care. And later you tell the people that is the best interest of the which people. It's the best interest of yourself and your family. So Nigerians, I think we've not learned our lesson.
Okay, so moving on with the conversation now. Remember, I told you earlier that the two Hakim Ahmeds spoke recently. The two of them talked. That Baba Ahmed talk say if Tinubu no waiting good for him, make him not even try to contest because APC don't do so badly that nobody go vote for them. They don't go win. Now, in elder brother
That
still
is the
talk
truth.
recently. Yeah, the elder brother still talk recently. Wait, talk say very soon. Say the North go make their stand known and who they go support for inside the election. But say make it tell the politicians something. Say anybody waiting say they go feel rig the 2027 election. Say the person they lie because if they rig them, say Nigeria no go remain in one piece. Those were his words. Oh, that's what he talk.
I
He
want to
even go
I
as
want
far
to
as talking. Okay,
I want to tell you something today.
go ahead.
You see, every APC has built their foundation in lies and scam.
Ah,
Let me tell you, and I have evidence to that. Everything. See, Tinubu know he has messed up. Are you getting it? So they are looking for every scam now. And what are the strategies? It's not a strategy. It's not. See that you are a scammer does not really make you a strategist or a jagaban. No,
ah,
no.
scamming don't enter inside. Why do you think it's
See,
that? Why do you think APC is
they
coming
dey
like
talk
them?
of Yahoo boys. Aso Rock is the greatest Yahoo they have in Nigeria.
Hey, Wilike, why you talk
So
like that?
now, let me tell you, Oborowere did not join APC with his full mind and his full flesh.
Now half of a mind and flesh you use join.
Something has, and he has decided, okay, because I want to go, anything it will take. If it's the first world country, let me tell you, Oborowere would have resigned today. That is the
Okay,
West for you.
so let's go back because we're coming to Fubara, and I'm sure we know that this is going to affect Fubara later on. If I
You
Fubara,
get
now
so.
be the first person who's supposed to
I
even go
tell you,
before
say
you
na
people
scam.
take
Now,
law.
I'll tell you the reason why I say na scam.
Oh yeah, tell me why you saying a scam.
A scam now, be say, it be like when police or when kidnappers hold you, put gun for your head. They go say, either you bring the money or we kill you. That is the status of Oborowere. It's either you
Eh.
remain or you give us or you go.
You go how? Why? Is it that he's afraid of what
Is
happened to
is Fubara
Fubara
your
not
governor?
happening to him?
Is Fubara your governor not at home now? When people don't make noise finish, waiting come out for the
Eh.
noise.
Oh, so they use River State do the testing ground. So any governor will do anyhow now go collect
So
suspension.
if my ex-governor was in his, let me not use this word, but if it was like a fair playing ground, he would not make the decision. He knows he has
Eh.
made a bad choice. But let me tell you, I hope this thing will not boomerang because there are, let me tell you, so many things are cooking on that ground where the masses, they don't even know what will happen. So many
Okay.
things
So
are on the
so so let
pipeline.
just talking about what is cooking, let's quickly listen again to what Hakim Baba Ahmed said and what looked like a subtle threat that he issued while he
And
said what he said.
some people may regret their decisions. Don't worry.
All right. All right, let's
Har
get
yanzu
to
bai
Tinubu's
buɗe baki
speech.
nan.
And then
Ranar da zan
maybe
sauka daga aikin
whether
nan
na Sean
ban
go
fara
talk.
magana.
You see, I recently resigned from my position. I haven't spoken out yet, but if I speak now, you'll understand that what he's saying aligns with the opinions I've long held. What I must say now is this: Northern Nigeria must wake up and fight for itself. Our people must rethink their position and stand up for themselves. We must distance ourselves from selfish, deceitful politicians and avoid anything that divides us. Whatever affects Muslims, Christians, Baju, or Fulani affects us all. We saw this unity before Buhari's presidency, when Boko Haram planted bombs in mosques, churches, Abuja, and Lagos. Ironically, their violence united northern Nigeria. Now, no politician should dare say, "Where are the Arewa people?" Line up behind me, without first telling us what they will do for us. Our eyes are open now. 8 years of Buhari's government have passed, and now under this administration, everyone cries of hardship. Must we keep complaining endlessly? We are Nigerians. We demand a government that understands and solves our problems. The Northern Nigeria conversation is crucial. I believe within 6 months, we will see major changes in Northern Nigeria's direction. Whether Southerners join us or not, one thing is clear: nobody will become president without Northern Nigeria's support. And we are all aware of how we have been treated. This will soon be regretted. Unless they are prepared to conduct free and fair elections in 2027, they should beware. This could break Nigeria. The time is coming when ordinary Arewa people, all our associations and elders will unite and declare enough is enough. Change is coming to the north, whether from politicians or others. The time for voting based solely on region or religion is over.
Okay, so you hear, and part of what he said in that conversation is that
I want
the
to,
time
I
for
want, I
voting
want to,
solely
I
on
want to tell you
religions or
something.
ethnicity is gone.
I want
Yes,
to
please.
tell
Go
you
ahead.
something. I
Go
want to
ahead.
tell you something. I challenge your president today, Tinubu. Erufai has been speaking against him to go to send EFCC or security agent. He can't. He can't dare it. He knows.
Ah,
Or to Kwankwaso, he can't. But you know why? South, we betray ourselves. We are not united.
oh wow.
Tinubu will not try this nonsense with any northern governor. Let him, I challenge him to do it.
So are you saying that he cannot suspend the Kano State governor? Remember, say they don't they talk, say Kano State feed the brew next because of the problem where they go there with Ganduji and Kwankwaso
He
and the
no
sitting
go
governor.
fit. Tinubu no go fit. He no go fit. He no Jagaban reach there. He no go fit. See, but you see, let me tell you. You see this thing that has happened in Delta State. It is what happened. That was the promise he gave to Wike 2023. That was why Wike turned against PDP immediately. That is his game.
Wait, what's waiting happen? Waiting make Oboriwo leave PDP now. Now the same promise way Tinubu promised Wiki for 2027 and
Is that,
2023. Now waiting.
and you know why? You see, this man, he they use all of them. If he say he use everybody, they say now, in agreement with Wike align where it be like say Wike they rule Nigeria now for the way the things they go. But he get where in they go. But you see, at the end, all these people, when he don't get those things when he want, he go still dump them.
All right, so Mr. Shokwi, so let me come to you very quickly. You heard what Hakim Baba Ahmed said and what looks like a subtle threat. In spite of all these threats and the president never talk anything, do you think the president is calling their bluff by aligning with the North, with the South instead of the North? Understanding saying don't pull all these threats, say you know go fit win election without the North, no matter what you do. And then he even made it, he said this, he said that saying anything would affect Christians that also affect Muslims and other religions. So make when they look like say this attack not only on Christians or stuff like that. Because if we let it foster with Christians, that means we go also reach our turn. You understand? He mentioned that. So do you think the president is calling their bluff that he can go to hell? I'll work with the South and the North can go to hell. Do you think that's what's happening?
Well, we'll wait to see what happens in the opposition camps. It depends on what the opposition does. If it's the
Is there even, which
same
of the opposition? Is there even opposition? The same
the same
PDP that
candidates,
Wiki has in their
we
hand.
don't know. That's why we're waiting. You know, there's a lot of realignment, a lot of negotiation, a lot of all sorts of things are happening, including potential fifth columnists being sent across the border to go and cause confusion in the opposition camp. A lot of things are happening now. So we have to wait for the dust to settle. By next year, this is 2025, right? By 2026, early 2026, the picture will become clear. Who is going to run against President Tinubu? And then we'll know, how to play out. Typically, if it goes the way everybody expects it to be, then the North will be the deal breaker. The North will be the tiebreaker. And I don't think Tinubu can afford to call their bluff. And that's why the elder Baba Ahmed has said what he is. And he's not saying anything new. A lot of other northern politicians have said exactly the same thing. All they're doing basically now, why is he saying this? Did he work with Shettima? Was he not an advisor to Shettima? So why
He
is
said
he
he
suddenly
resigned for a
speaking this
reason.
way? So what reason? He should tell Nigerians. Because for me, I think that you listen to these politicians and think that they're speaking for you at your own peril. Whatever he's doing, look, what they're doing basically is that they are signaling to Tinubu and telling him that this thing is not reaching us enough. Give us our own, otherwise we'll scatter everything for you. That's what it is. It's not really about the Nigerian people. It's not about the votes, and all that. But having said that, I think Tinubu can't call their bluff, because when you actually do calculate the numbers, and when you are rigging, it has to be scientific. You can't, the days of rigging and just writing numbers that are completely fictitious, those days are gone. So you rig with sense now. The available votes will need to tally. And the KKK, in the north, the triple K in the north, Kano, Kaduna, Katsina.
Yeah, the
Between
Kardashians.
them,
The
they will
Kardashians.
deliver exactly the Kardashians. Between them, they will deliver nothing less than about 7 to 8 million votes. Just those three.
But they didn't do that in the last election. They didn't do that in the last
2 million.
election.
The last elections. Look, you don't understand the phenomenon that Peter Obi was in that last election. I think that last election was upended to a very, very large extent. What we saw happen in the last election was unprecedented. And in addition to that, you have to remember the Kwakwanso factor, and you have to remember the Atiku factor in that last election. So the dynamics were very different that last time out. Typically, what you would have is 1-2 major front runners, and everybody would queue behind them. But in that last election, there were 4 candidates that had serious clout in their basis.
3.5.
And that really
I'm sorry.
Okay, 3.5. So, and that really changed. It's okay. I won't ask you who the half is. And that really changed
the one that talked about Andrew liver salt. The actual Andrew's liver salt.
I think that's the main thing.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
What you're talking
Okay,
about.
so
I
okay,
think
go
that,
ahead, sir.
I think that Tinubu can't call their bluff. Tinubu can't call their bluff. I think that Tinubu understands this, and he will have to play his game carefully. So when he's done with the South, when he's done with the intimidation, when he's done with the enticement, whatever strategy and tactic he's going to use, when he's done with declaring state of emergency and threatening you with state of emergency, and he has gotten people to align and to change camp, then he will face the North, and he will decide on how to. With the North, you can't threaten them too much. You have to win them over. You have to remove them. It has to be carrot rather than stick. So he will face them, and you will see. Just watch. Just remember this interview today. You will see. 2 years into the next election is where we are now. A year to the next election, just watch magic happen with appointments, with projects, with distribution of, all of the things that.
So he will appease enough.
What's it called now? Yes, exactly. The distribution of a patronage that is usually used to win politicians over. Just watch what will happen with that, starting from middle of next year.
Okay, so I have a problem with that. I need for us to know the role that we have to play as Nigerians, because as it is right now, when they distribute over whatever they distribute, how is that distribution going to cater for the majority of all Nigerians that are suffering multidimensional poverty? Poverty of food, poverty of nutrition, poverty of cooking, utensil, poverty of even the fresh air to breathe, poverty of school, poverty of education, poverty of all sorts. Now, the president, through Wale Edun, is saying that the president's transformative agenda is going to be fruitful at the long run. Do we say that at that time, before that 2027, that maybe some of these things and when don't they do now, we don't they yield results, and are waiting to make people vote for him? Or are we saying that he will just appease the mind of people, make them just vote for him? So you mean say Nigerians go open their eye right now with something they don't see now, vote Tinubu again inside power for 2027 because in don't water some people mind come down. Mr. Shokuto, now what did they talk?
So what? Let me tell you the key things that can really move people to actually vote. Like they will actually queue and vote for you. They are very simple. You know, fix electricity. Just find a way and get the people in the major urban centers to actually see it. I'm not talking of Band A, Band B, Band C, all those. That thing is just a scam. Fix electricity to the point where Nigerians, the average entrepreneur, the barber, the hairdresser, the vulcanizer, you know, the carpenter, all those guys that actually run generators now, fix that. Make sure that Nigerians have enough electricity, you know, decent. Nigerians are very easy to please. I'm not talking of 24/7.
Is it just to have it or to have it and have it affordably, sir? Sorry.
No,
Because
that's
one thing is
one
to
now.
have it.
Yes,
People in
yes.
Bad now
So
have it.
fix
Is it
electricity.
available for them? Is it
Fix electricity,
okay?
make it available, make it available affordably, and then fix petrol. See,
Okay.
if you fix
Okay.
electricity and make petrol available in the way that Nigerians understand and enjoy it, you see, because those things will then have a multiplier effect on the price of food in the market. It will affect the price of gari. It will affect the school fees. It will affect rent. So if you fix those two things before the elections, then Nigerians will vote for you. You won't need to rig. So the
Okay.
question
So
is, will the president be able to do those
economically
things
speaking, I wanna
in
waiting.
2
I want to ask
years?
you. I want to
In
ask you.
2
Say you
years.
as an economist, where you be now in
Uh-huh.
2 years, what do you think say president they do now? This floating of naira will make naira the run long distance relationship with dollar. The
From
dancer will with dollar.
from everything that we have seen
So
so far,
exactly, because we're an
precious.
import-dependent country, remember.
Yeah,
So what do you think say the president go fit do now to make sure say these things and when you talk happen before the election? Is it possible?
nothing. It's a physical impossibility. It's a scientific impossibility. The things that need to happen in order to make those things happen, the president is not. He doesn't have the will or the capacity to do them. The difficult decisions that he needs to make, not the difficult decision of removing subsidy. That will not be difficult decision. That was the easiest decision to make. The
He said,
difficult decision, yes,
no, he
the
said it's an
difficult
Akwobi.
decision.
It's an Akwobi decision.
I beg you. The difficult decision really is to go after the people that are actually responsible for where we are today, fight them to a standstill, arrest them, and they're his friends. They're not fit. So if he is unable to do those things, then he can't achieve the things that will make Nigerians vote for him, which is why he will need to leave. So the arrangements and the alignments that are happening now are basically happening amongst the political class. They are arranging and sharing you and I. They are sharing us. They're sharing us, playing chess and deciding who will have what. That's what's going on. Once they finish all those alignments and they've all agreed, that's the end of the matter. You will go out. That's why I said, ultimately, if you want this not to be the case in 2027, if you want it to be actually about our vote, I know Nigerians will reject APC if you allow Nigerians' votes to count. So if you want those votes to count, then we as Nigerians must protect those votes at all costs. It's possible, but you protect it at all costs. So if we don't do that, then the politicians' plans and devices will work, and President Tinubu will be there to 2031. And that's actually the most likely outcome. I'm not particularly
All right. So,
optimistic.
so for those who do not know, earlier today at the decamping, this was where the Delta State governor decamped and how he was singing. Like, look, I get the name of that song. Our song, mandated. As the governor raising his two hands up and singing. Okay. Okay. Are they tempted to tell on the name of waiting? They always forget the exact name. Wait, Tunde Bakari. Pastor Tunde Bakari called this on a national anthem. Mr. Shokwete, for remind me that name. But the longer throat me make I go bring that Tunde Bakari sound again. Make you come tell us the famous
Let's
abi the
remember, sorry.
inglorious. He get the name wey he call the thing. Make I just read it again of wetin they talk
Well,
about the thing, because even National Assembly don't come for am. You know say he sabi speak English well well. Now, so it take be. It's shocking and surprising. We think the PDP lies now with this whole issue. Atiku on one hand, they find coalition with other parties, SDP and all that. The PDP governors are disintegrated, as it were. Moino is the Akwa Ibom State governor, who is of course the brother to waiting they call your Senate president, maybe next, because that one already done the campaign for Tinubu second term, right? Yes, Akwabe may be next. Peter Mba may also be next. Let me quickly play
Fellow
that thing that
citizens,
Bakari said. Make we
at the
hear wetin they
center
call that
of
on the
this
song.
political
That on the national
banditry
anthem.
is the motor park brand of politics, nurtured by the old brigade politicians, and in recent times by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Mr. President, it is through your influence that the Nigerian National Assembly has become a haven for legislative rascality. Mr. President, it's under your watch that the National Assembly has become an extension of the executive, grossly violating the principles of separation of powers and rubber stamping the whims and caprices of your office, all while singing the international anthem of sycophants on your mandate, we shall stand. Mr. President,
Oh yeah, you don't do. Nadia now one bad break, eh? The international anthem of psychopaths. That one I been the thing and the way for. He said that the international, you know, say the international. Oh, Mr. Shopwito, help me explain that for pidgin English. How will you explain this thing to Nigerians?
Now
Now? The international
now you
anthem of
submit it very
psychopaths.
well.
Now, you know, why? If I help people explain that to Nigerians, when you understand what they mean by international anthem of psychopath, I beg anybody will get interpretation there. This speaking what they speak, you know, they easy. You had me well. So, make gonna help me, make gonna explain what in international anthem of psychopaths mean. So now the song where so now Delta states don't enter for people where they sing international anthem of psychopaths now. So as it is right now, we heard that after the meeting with Fubara in London, which was without Wike's notice, because yes, Wike was sidelined, and Wike is not happy about that. In fact, as it is right now, there are rumors that Wike does not even have a hand anymore in what's happening in River State. Again, no. Even though we know, say the sole administrator, most of the people we employ now Wike men, but we hear say as it stand right now, Wike on the day silently sidelined, and he's fuming. You know, Wike has always had a stand against being sidelined or anybody playing with his structure. But that seems to be like what is happening right now in River State, because the president don't talk directly with Fubara right now. So if Fubara leave to APC, which will be likely the next, and then what's his name? Delta State has left. Enugu State may be next. Zamfara State may likely be next. Remember that Zamfara has its own stuff, tussle too, right? And these are all APC governors. And Cross River State may also be next. Where do you think PDP? Well, where do you think the fate of PDP would be if these governors leave? Because Sheyi Makinde is neither here nor there. People will talk, say, "Oh, Sheyi Makinde did there." He say he won't contest for presidency. But a lot of people say Sheyi Makinde are just weak pawn where they use to destabilize, add more stability to PDP so that it will gather votes for president. Because we know Sheyi Makinde and president are friends. Okay, let me throw that to you first of all, Benjamin. Where do you think PDP is right now? Where do you think they would be after this series of?
I want to tell you.
Do you think this is just the
I
beginning
want
of
to
the
tell
end
you
of
categorically, Tinubu is the most hated president in the history of Nigeria, and he knows that.
Mr. Shepard, do you agree with that?
I've not conducted any polls to that regard.
I like how you want to work with statistics. So that's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And he knows that. He's not after you and me. Oh. Fine. Let me go into your question. PDP and APC, there is no difference between PDP and APC.
Oh, wow.
They are all the same. And that is why, you see, in our country politics, we have lacked what they call political ideology. And let me tell you, let me tell you, I'm a Libra. You get, and I can defend any ideology of a Libra. And I have my reason of being a Libra. So, being a Libra now, if there is anything who is coming outside my belief, will I say because of is a game of interest, I would jump, but it's against my belief. Nigeria don't have political ideology. All they have is a political interest. So now PDP after 2023 election died as a party. When I resigned from my party and you were telling me, which party do you want to join? I told you I want to take my time. Not so. Because you know why I resigned? I resigned because what I thought Labour Party was different, but I was seeing so many things happening in PDP and APC in Labour Party. So
how do we change Nigeria?
PDP as a party is dead already. And you know what killed PDP? Lack of ideology, corruption, selfish interest, greed. That was what killed PDP. So at this point, because the president knows he has done badly, so he doesn't want he doesn't want anybody to challenge him. He doesn't want Nigerians to have a second option. That is the fact. And he's the most hated president I've ever seen in the history of Nigeria since I was.
Why do you say he's the most hated president? Why do you say that?
Do you know that now? If Nigerian gain a lot of things during the military regime. How much is naira to dollar during military regime? Can you tell me? Now, outside that, can you compare Tinubu? Even if Buhari wants to come back now, people prefer Buhari than
why? Why? You haven't answered my question.
The reason is this.
Why do you think
Tinubu came into power from the day he was elected? He came through the back door. People have been rigging the election, and he came into power without a plan. He has no plan. He just wants to be president of Nigeria. He doesn't have any plan. Has Tinubu, before he came to power, has he faced any debate to tell Nigerians what he's going to do for Nigerians? And let me tell you, when they finish doing all this, their rubbish and whatever they are doing, they will turn to other statesmen. Tomorrow, Tinubu will be advising Nigeria and be making peace after he has left Nigeria Tell me, since you were born and you have been seeing presidencies, have you ever experienced the kind of hardship you're experiencing now since you were born as a Nigerian? Yes or no?
Now, Benjamin, taking it to your state, the Delta State, right now. When this announcement was made by James Manager, in talk say everybody from inside the state also don't follow the camp, including the state governor in deputy, all the houses of assembly members, the local government, everybody say they don't decamp by this notice. That means all the structure for PDP now don't go to APC right now. What does this mean for people of Delta State?
Let me tell you, politics in Delta State has been like family. I will tell you that. They are so united. And for opposition to thrive in Delta State will be very, very difficult. But as it stands now, let me tell you, remember that these people who are moving, do you think that the APC in Delta State was just an empty house? People were there already. And do you think that those people are going to give up their position for the newcomers? No, I'm asking you. And do you know that the ticket of 2027, some people have started lobbying for it since since 2015. Because remember that Delta State is one of the most complex like states with different ethnicity, and so everything is like zoning, and that zoning has been maintained since 2009. They've maintained that. Now, are you going to APC to meet somebody you incarcerated in 2023? Do you know Senator Mwabosh? These are the people. You are going there now to meet the likes of Ned Nwoko. So people, not because we go. People should look at where they are going to. And mark this thing that I'm telling you today. The problem is going to arise in Delta State as sooner or later.
Okay.
Because you see these people, let me tell you, forget what you see on the screen. I have spoken to a lot of people and I know what is in their mind. And you
Okay. All right. So,
and you know what the Delta State,
okay, so
what they need now? They need somebody who is strong, who is financially stable to challenge Oborowere. And if the person comes out and knows what he's doing, is going to win him. He went to APC out of fear. And if he gets there, they are going to tell him that he's a newcomer, even if he's a sitting governor. So that's it. PDP, like you asked me, PDP is a dead party already. And you know who killed PDP? Wike killed PDP at Tinubu. So that's it. You know what we need now? Do you know what we need?
go ahead. I had a power changeover, so please go ahead. Okay.
Do you know what we need? Like you told, PDP is a dead party. Tinubu was hated because he has inflicted a lot of suffering to Nigerians. Poverty was
Okay.
never like this since I was born in the country. He came into power without a plan. Thirdly,
Okay. All right.
he doesn't fucking care about Nigerians.
Okay, so let me quickly take on you, Mr. Shokweto, before I let you go. Now, on some things, very quickly. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, has restated that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic reforms will foster long-term resilience aimed at lifting millions of Nigerians out of poverty, even though that same reform have sunk much more millions of Nigerians into poverty. That's what he stated. And I would like us to also visit very quickly what I think Commissioner for Information stated at the time, during this decamping of the governor from APC to PDP. First of all, the person who made the announcement on Wednesday today in Asaba, Delta State, was Senator James Manager, shortly after a meeting that I heard that meeting lasted about 6 hours thereabout in Government House Asaba. He said all the PDP members in the state, including the governor, former governor, all of them, as I mentioned earlier, House of Assembly members, all of them have moved to PDP. Now, the Delta State Commissioner of Information, Aniogo Charles, officially confirmed the governor's defection and the collective decision of Delta State PDP leaders and stakeholders to join the APC. Now, quoting him, he says, there is need for us to adjust our drinking. If you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you
Yes.
hear me,
Yes.
please? Yeah.
Yes.
So we need to change our drinking pattern. We needed to make a decision that would further help to cement the development in our state, to build the court of law that has existed in our state. So he said, I don't know if I'm heard, I just need to be sure. To build a court of law that existed in our state, he said, and to build the court of law, yeah, and then and to further advance the cause of security and the welfare of our people, and to a large extent ensure that development in Delta State is not truncated. Why will a commissioner of information state that one of the reasons they are decamping is to ensure that development in Delta State is not truncated? Even though they did mention that, I'm not asking you, Mr. Ben. I know you. I'll come to you. Let me quickly get Mr. Shopito on this so that I'll let him go. Now, why would that be a reason for leaving a party? Apart from mentioning that the taste of wine in PDP has changed and they need to look for a fresh wine. If like say that old wife don't old, they need a young girl. I don't want to say with the standing chest. But Mr. Shopito, please. Let's let's hear. You didn't hear me say that.
Well,
You didn't hear that. Go ahead.
I think that the president is playing a game. There's nothing that Tinubu does that is accidental. A lot of his actions are well planned, premeditated, and before he takes one step, he has
Thought through it.
anticipated. It's like a chess player. He's thought through it. He's anticipated the response of his adversary or his opponent. He has decided what he's going to do in response, and then he's anticipated their response to that his own response. So I think that what happened in Rivers State, because if you really think about it carefully, you realize that the state of emergency was obviously not necessary. It was obvious. There is no in saying that. I think anybody that knows what was going on in Rivers State, the state of emergency was the last thing. That's why a journalist that is known to be extremely sympathetic, that is seen as a sycophant of the president, in Coyote's study, with all due respect to him, had said just hours before the president declared the state of emergency that it's not possible, nobody can do it, because it was something that was completely
impossible.
It's not something you can anticipate.
Yes. At least constitutionally speaking.
There was no basis for it.
At least constitutionally speaking.
There was no basis for it. There was no grounds for it. There was no backing for it constitutionally. Not to talk of now removing governor, but he did it. Why did President Tinubu do that? Why? Was it just to get to help Wike win a battle for structure in Rivers State because of 2027? I think it goes beyond that. I think President Tinubu did that to pass a message, a very strong message. Prior to now, the instrument of coercion for politicians in the political class was corruption. It's the skeleton that most politicians have in their cupboard was the instrument of coercion. So you simply call a politician and say, "Oga, I have your file." They will send the FCC after them. They will ruffle them up, rough them up, arrest them, carry them, keep them for 2 nights or something. And then you invite him for a conversation and he will simply do what you want him to do because he knows that, you've got the dish on him. That's the way it used to go. That was what Obasanjo did. That was what Buhari did. And all of that. But now, President Tinubu has upped the ante. He has now shown that not only can I send the FCC after you, I can remove you. And nothing will happen. In the Nigerian parlance, I will remove you, nothing will happen.
And nothing happened.
Right? So I think that what you are saying, because nothing has happened. As patently and obviously unconstitutional as that action was, as patently unconstitutional as removing the governor was, as patently unconstitutional as the voice vote in the National Assembly was, all of those things have happened and nothing has happened. Which means that no matter what the situation in your state, whether there is peace or there is no peace, whether you are quarreling with one godfather, you are not quarreling with any godfather, all it takes is one bomb explosion in 1 or 2 places here and there.
That will be deliberately orchestrated.
A state of emergency can be declared and you'll be removed. So I think that what we may have seen in Delta State is the capitulation of a people that ordinarily are staunch, like my fellow panelist was saying. Delta State is known. It's one of those states that have never been away from, the conservative side of the political divide, if we assume that we had ideologies. Delta State has always been PDP, MPN, and what have you. There was no Delta State at that time. So the point is that knowing very well that there is no logical basis for Delta State to want to become
we were the ones who caused Gaddafi's death.
Why were they talking about? Why were they talking about coercion? Why were they talking about
Clinton,
all of
played
those
a game
things?
over there.
Why were they talking about?
And I was the
the things that you said that they spoke about. So I think that's what played out there, and it's not only going to happen in Delta State, we're going to see other states, jump in. because there is a threat right now. There's a real possibility that their very existence can be truncated or terminated. The president, so it's very unfortunate, and it's basically in control of everything. The National Assembly is in control, judiciary 100% under control. Now the state governors are all scared, because anyone will be removed at any time. And
Okay, Mr. Shopito, before I let you go, the governor of Benue State, yes, I can hear you very well, but though your network is a bit shaky. But before I let you go, the Benue State governor had an interview yesterday wherein they complained, saying the insecurity for the state, say they helpless, say they don't even find out, say the people where they even do this thing, they need to speak Nigerian language, say them from Mali and other countries. Now remember, say Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger Republic, then right now they're under control of military junta. And as it is right now, even them, even though say they still they under control of military junta, they fight the same thing. That is in terms of fighting crisis, extremist crisis for inside their states. And there was an interview I landed on yesterday. I think I played it yesterday, where a CIA agent was confessing to how they contributed in killing Gaddafi because Gaddafi wanted to unite Africa, just for Africa to look like what you have with the European Union right now, right? He confessed to it. I'm going to play that footage for you to see right now. If that's not the case, we make them kill Gaddafi. And now there's been series of attack on the Burkinabe junta, as it were, to also ask them because of say if they try developing people. How come is it that our presidents for Nigeria no understand? Say we need to move a bit away from the Western force and understand that we should be committed to developing our people. Is it that there's something fundamentally wrong with our people? We need a reason, or we know they see the picture clear enough to see oh, this now waiting these people literally don't want the success or the development of Africa. My auntie go talk, say if person say me you die, say you go tell yourself, say even you yourself no go great die. So how can people be telling us that we want you to remain poor, we want you to remain stupid, and our leaders are, I don't want to say dumb, but they just remain like that and they don't want to do anything about the fact, say others they wish us to remain dumb. Make a play a bit of that footage.
We were the ones that caused Gaddafi's death because Hillary Clinton played a game over there, and I was the one that went over there during the war. Gaddafi asked me to come over. I took a Biden staffer and a Bush staffer and a film crew leader from ABC One in New York, Larry Menti, with me, and a cameraman, because I didn't want the CIA to set me up. I hand carried the letter back from Gaddafi offering to resign. The U.S. didn't want him to resign. They wanted to kill him.
Why?
Because Gaddafi, and I met him 3 times. I took Biden on my second trip to Libya, by the way. He went with me when I spoke to the whole country. And every meeting I had with Gaddafi, he wanted 2 things. He wanted to unite the African continent into a group of nations economically, like European like the European economy. He wanted to base it on the gold standard. And the U.S. and Europe didn't want that. And the other thing is they wanted control of his oil, and they wanted control of his sovereign wealth. So Gaddafi had to go. That's outrageous, and it's wrong.
Hey,
Just like Libya. We were the
Okay, so Mr. Shopito, please, economically speaking, now I want to understand how is it that we in Africa, our leaders are just a bit silent? I don't want to say dumb. I'm still trying to find it difficult to use the term dumb. But how is it that they are oblivious of these actions and they still remain, instead of them to fight for their people to develop, they fight for power unnecessarily in a way they develop their people. Waiting be the results, waiting be the essence of this part also when we fight now, the camping from PDP to APC and all that, if it is not going to be for the overall good of Nigerians.
Precious, the answer to that is actually incredibly simple, and it's 2 things. One is self-interest, vested interest.
Vested interest against your people, against the goodwill of your people.
Yes, that's what self-interest is. Self-interest is above the interest of the majority, above the common good. You pursue the things that benefit you. So there's self-interest, there's vested interest, and then there's coercion. Coercion is a major tool everywhere. Strong people, the strong prey over the weak. When you have a leverage over someone, you use it and you make that person do your bidding. So majority of our politicians, because of their history, tend to have skeletons in their cupboard. The same way that our presidents have used those skeletons against their local adversaries and their local allies and force people to support them, is the same way international interest also has, something or the other over people. And when they have those things, they invite you to meetings, or they send their Secretary of State or their Foreign Affairs Minister to have a tete-a-tete with you, closed door behind closed doors, and they just lay it down to you plain. You've got to do this, you've got to do this, you've got to do this, and if you don't, you're gone. And that gone can mean either politically or physically. And when you are confronted with that, because you also know that you are dirty, you will have to play ball. So I mean, the stories and all of the so-called conspiracy theories surrounding our own president are all there. And some of them you might say they are conspiracy theories, but they are documents. And those documents have been validated in courts of law in the United States. So these things, the situation that Nigeria finds itself in with its own president is not unique to Nigeria. It's unique. It's all over Africa, because we have a crop of leaders who are really, really not focused on posterity. They're not focused on legacy. We don't have the Mandelas anymore, who thought, I am going to develop my continent, my country, no matter what. And, I don't want anything in return. I just want to look back, be satisfied that I made a change in my country. We don't have such leadership anymore. So maybe that's why the young man in Burkina Faso, I think it is currently, facing the trials that he's facing. So for me, it's that our politicians are interested in themselves, in their friends, in their family members, enriching them, making sure that generationally they can never be poor again, making sure that they capture the state to ensure that they stay in power, either directly or by proxy, for eternity. In order to do all of those things, you cannot do the common good. In order to do all of those things, you cannot do the things that are commonsensical. You can't, for example, look, it's just simple common sense. If we've got oil under our feet in our country, we should enjoy the benefits of oil at some sort of subsidized rate. It's just simple common sense. See all this, look, I'm a finance professional, I'm certified. I know without a doubt that there is an argument in support of the removal of subsidy. But I also know without a doubt that there is an argument in support of sustaining it in a strategic and targeted way to ensure that, poverty is constrained and that consumption is pushed and developed, so that investment can follow consumption. And then that can, result in capital accumulation. And before you know what's happening, the economy is growing at exponential rates. There are arguments in support of keeping subsidies. So all these people that just talk and say subsidy is bankrupting the country, and it's absolute balderdash. There are other things that we could have reined in that would have stopped the country from going bankrupt. But the vested interest and the self-interest in our selfish, corrupt, compromised political elite will not allow them to pursue that line, because they can't. How can you go and fight somebody who knows your secrets, who knows where you buried all the dead bodies? How do you want to fight him? When you say, I'm going to do this, they will tell you, Oga, if you try it, so that's a conundrum. It's an unfortunate situation.
Thank you. Very, very quickly, I want you to help me reply this, your brother. His name is Samuel Apolabi. He says that we should go and check that Tinubu's appointment has been good. It's not been lopsided, that it has favored, he didn't sideline any tribe or ethnicity. He's favored everybody equally. Would you react to that quickly?
No, I think that gentleman, I saw that comment. I think he lives on Mars, or he lives in Pluto. I don't think he lives on planet Earth. I don't think he lives in the Nigeria that exists on planet Earth. He must live in another version of Nigeria, because I think the facts are out there. The only appointments of this president that are not lopsided are the ministerial appointments that his hands are tied constitutionally. He has to appoint
even at that,
yeah.
Most states even just get minister for states. That's all. They don't get senior
but
minister.
at least you can argue that.
Okay.
No, you can argue that at least every state has one minister, whether it's a senior minister or a junior minister. But that you can't. Once you move away from ministerial appointments, it's crazy. The appointments are crazy. Is it in security services? All of this so-called, even in the ministerial appointments, the major ministries that determine the direction of the country,
yes,
are in the southwest. So, let's not deceive ourselves. I'm a Yoruba man, but I don't think that I should
The reason I
allow my
asked you that
thinking.
question.
I know that's why you asked me. I don't think I should allow my thinking to be what's it, corrupted by my tribal. What has where I come from and where the president? What has it got to do with anything? The reality is the reality. The truth is the truth. So, my
Do
dear
you buy
friend
things
that
cheaper
is saying
because
that
you're Yoruba man?
the appointments are not lopsided, I think you need to go and just be honest with yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. Look at all the appointments into the major security services and all the DGs, all the major parastatals. Every single time there's a new appointment, NNPC, just look at it. They're Yoruba men. It's crazy. So for me, the gentleman that is speaking, I think he's just speaking, saying the things that some of my brothers from the Southwest say, and we'll just take it as what it is.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Shego Shopito. You are an excellent, you've been awesome. Thank you. By the way, for those who do not know, Shego Shopito is one of the finest financial experts we have in Nigeria. I like the fact that he stated that himself this afternoon. So I beg, anytime when I get anything we get to do with finance, I'm not going to go consult him because now my always be for that side. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
obliging me.
Thank you,
Thank you
madam.
very much.
Have a
All right.
wonderful
Thank you
evening.
so much. Thank you. You too do have a wonderful evening. So getting back to the conversation now, Mr. Benjamin. Back to you,
Mhm,
sir.
mhm.
Okay. So back to the conversation. I have people at the backstage. People they wait to join this conversation very quickly. As it take B now for inside Delta State, how you think say it could be? Well, you don't tell me that before, but inside Osun State again too. Somebody will be House of Rep member for inside Osun State. Don't also decamp. Where in what's it be that in name again? In be the House of Rep Committee on Foreign Affairs. Wale okay. You don't decamp from PDP to APC again. And remember, say for inside Osun State, election going to happen next year between Adeleke and possibly Tinubu cousin, maybe the Minister for Marine, Blue Economy. You understand? Will be person will be the former governor before. What it is the campaign where they happen now? How it is say go fit affect PDP generally and this states them.
Let me tell you, Tinubu don't set the trap for the elite, and all of them don't fall inside that trap.
Anyway,
So it's either I come for you or you lose your seat, and all of them fear grip them. And the example when you use them, now Fubara be the example. So Tinubu now, no they think of voting. Oh, he won't strategize all in agreement. So give me back, I give you back. You know those kind of thing. So nobody is sure, even when you have the support of the masses now, it doesn't exist again in Nigeria. You can't win election now based on your capability, your capacity, your influence, and all that. No. If it were to be like that, the last person to be elected to smell the seat of governor is Okpowele, the governor of Edo State, that cannot even
Monday
read
will cover them.
a complete sentence. So, but they just carry and put for there. So you know what they want to do? They want to. This is a dictatorship. Even the military, they didn't even do up to this point. It has not gotten to during the military era. So what are we talking about election? So the point now is that PDP is a dead pet party already. So and let me tell you, when he finish with these strategies, you know what he's going to start demanding for again? Resources.
Oh wow. May
You
they give
must pay.
him may they,
You must pay. If you want to stay, you must pay. He's a tax collector now.
I don't believe you.
Okay. You know, that was how we argued the one of Labour Party. You told me you can't believe me. I said when he finished with all these things, everybody now he sees now that he can control everybody. And the next thing is that he will tell them that in 2027, this is what I need from the state purse. And you must give. There is imminent danger in the country, but people don't know. People are seeing it as politics, but it is not.
So is it a capture of the entire country? Is that what you're saying? Are you insinuating it may be an entire capture?
Let me tell you, if it didn't go this way, if they put ballot box come 2027, Tinubu cannot win one single state. Let us go by merit. If we want to go by merit, so he wants to kill voting in the country. He wants to let you know that even when you have the masses or when you are popular, the vote cannot count. And let me tell you, the next person to target now is the INEC chairman. So this is
So
there is
somebody suggesting that Ned Nwoko wants to remove Oboriwori, and that's Oboriwori left PDP to APC so that he's not ousted by Ned Nwoko. I mean, you're a Delta State person. Do you agree? Do
let
you
me
think
tell
that Ned Nwoko has the capacity to remove Oboriwori? Because I do remember that even in his own constituency, people not to even like him for his constituency from the last time I checked. So do you think that Ned Nwoko has what it takes to remove Oboriwori as governor?
no.
And maybe that's why he's worried and he had
I,
to
I
change
can
that.
I can tell you categorically, no. Ned Nwoko will even struggle to win his own local government. It's from my local government. So he will even struggle, even if he. So we know how he won in 2023.
How did he win? Was it not a free and fair election?
It was not.
Oh wow, really?
Okowa secured the seat for him.
Oh, Okowa secured it for him, Ned Nwoko.
Yes.
Oh wow. How come he's falling out with the same Okowa that secured the seat for him now?
You see, Nigerian politics is, can I call it politics of wonders? This one is, Nigerian politics is beyond interest. And now, because all these people doing all these things, they want somebody who will help them clean their mess. There are some people, but do you know why the South is being used as a scapegoat? Because they can never be united, they can never be trusted. Sorry, I'm from there, but I will tell you that. This nonsense cannot happen in the North. I repeat it again, let him go and try it in the North.
Okay, so let's
Do
quickly
you
move to
think?
other.
Do you
Okay,
do you think? Do you think if Okowa has been? Let me just like shortchange now. If Okowa were to be aerified, do you think Okowa would have still be existing till now? Okowa would have been incarcerated long time ago. But I challenge Tinubu to go and touch aerofile. I challenge him. He no get that liver. This nonsense they are doing, they can't do it with Kwankwaso. They can't. Because they know that the consequence will be very. See, if you are not brutal, don't come into Nigerian politics.
okay, all right. Let's move on to other issues because we have other issues to talk about. Talking about being brutal, one of your brothers from Southeast has said that that is a what is that his name? Onyeka Chukwuemeboy. He has said that make them come out any woman when no get respect for men, make them come out there for politics. So if you be woman, you know if you respect man, understand? Say man, now the alpha and omega to respect them. Make them come out there for politics. Say they need to do again. Make they carry you come out for inside politics. We'll look into that conversation very
Let me
soon. But
tell
let's
you.
go. I wanted us to touch security issues very quickly, please, because our time is fast spent already, so that people can jump in on the conversation, right? So on security issue, we hear that IGP has deployed special anti-bandit squads nationwide so that they go fit help fight the security issue. But I don't know whether it will feel work because as I talk to you, people don't decry for Benue State about worsening insecurity. And Niger government don't impose curfew and 11 more don't be killed for inside Benue State for fresh attack again. As a matter of fact, the governor self don't cry. I can't talk say in no fit continue again. See this one now, it be like saying that foreigners they conduct the attack this time around. For this attack, the curfew, so the governor don't put up curfew for inside Niger State, and then the governor for inside Benue State, don't they complain about people with the conductors insecurity? He said that there are people from Mali. I didn't really want to pay attention to the fact that he gave Two-Face Idibia a position because the lives they lost daily for inside Benue State is of more important.
There are a number of
conversation to
political
have than
actors who are
this
trying to
position. But
take a
let's hear
lot of
what the governor said
advantage
in the
over this.
interview.
What we experience is even more empirical than anything they might be projecting. I mean, anyone who might be saying what they have little or less knowledge on. They are killing these people. They are killing our people. And this is a fact, and this is a reality. The second phase of the armed herders attacks is that those who have combined with the armed herders do not even speak what we understand. And they don't look like us Nigerians. So they have combined forces with these people. Why are they coming? Just with the aim to kill, to drive people out from their land, and then to occupy. And this is a fact. So it is beyond settlement. It is occupation, and this is a fact.
Mr. Governor, who are these political actors who are behind them, sir? Who are the political actors?
Yeah, this is where the intelligence should come up with these names. But all we know is, even from within the state, there are some bad actors who are there who try to put a spin on this narrative and the fact of the killings we're experiencing in the state. They don't even come to the fields, but they stay wherever they stay, and then they put a spin on it, and then they have attack dogs out there who now take it to the other side, and then they feel either we're lying or we're not doing anything about the carnage we're under. So the intelligence has to bring out these names. It would be of very huge help to us as well. Here in the state, again, what we have done is there was a very heavy attack in Sankara Axis, Ukum Logo, and Katsina Ala. We set up a judicial panel of inquiry, and then they are on these findings. Once they are about rounding up their work, once they bring this out, we are going to publish, the names of all those attackers of ours. So they cannot be combining forces with the headers, and then the second phase of the armed headers who now come in just to kill and then to occupy and just to drive we farmers away from this land of ours.
See how difficult it was for the governor to even answer question when they ask him about who be the people where they do this. And remember, I said this now waiting the former governor struggle with. Now where be say they don't hold meeting. I've been telling you say earlier today, say the president did for meeting together with security agencies. They don't give matching order now. The chief of army staff don't give matching order to all security agencies. May they make sure say they give them, in fact, they give them 1 month. They say within 1 month, may they flush all bandits come out for inside Niger State and Kwara State to start with. That's now the new terrorist group we start now. That Mahmouda people. Do you see this security issue getting better? Understanding that this was almost, people are saying that this is the same card that was played during Jonathan's administration to remove him from office. Do you see it getting better based on this matching order now?
Let me tell you, intelligence security in Nigeria is dead. Forget it. As far as
you don't get hope for the country, shall I?
As far as Nigeria is concerned with this present situation, the security intelligence is dead. Forget it. This one is just to make up story. A blind man cannot lead a blind man. Someone who came into office without a plan. You are not putting capacities and people with integrity where the nepotism of this present government is not something to even look into. So how are you going to do that? The nepotistic tendency of this present administration is beyond human imagination. You know why? And I will tell you that.
Why?
People, the only place that they secure is the National Assembly, where politicians are. You see, these are the people who don't even care about you and me, a common man. I'll give you one example. I don't want to mention the country, but I was driving. Let me use Nigeria as like a case study because I was like in let me say, I was in Lagos, for instance, and do you know that security in Port Harcourt was able to control me driving? I was on a steering. Control me. It's not as if I was doing something bad, but just because I was overspeeding my limit and I didn't know. And the next thing, my phone rang. And my phone rang and it was like, it's an emergency call. Then I parked and I picked the call. And when I picked the call, the security just called me just to let me know that I'm overspeeding. I get it. So I'm not saying that we are going to get there today, but we are not even getting closer to it. I'm not saying these people don't have their own problem. They have, like every other country. But where a blind man cannot lead a blind, because this situation, the whole thing, they know the people who are against or who the terrorists, and they know everything. If they want to do it, if they want to fish them out, they will fish them out. But all of
So do you think now? Do you think we would ever have a politician that would have the political will to end this whole nonsense once and for all? Remember, say this thing from Jonathan administration, we'll face him for Buhari administration. We don't face him now for Tinubu administration. We know, say, it did the time when Jonathan called it Jirika. He tried to like say, don't be pushing small.
who was
not
the
begin
architect? Who was the
shouting.
architect to remove Jonathan?
I
Who
know
was
now,
one
not.
of the
Do
chief?
you understand?
Answer me now. In 2015, who was one of the chief architects to remove?
Now you go talk now. Now me they ask question. Now you go the answer. You answer
Is
me.
your president? Is
No
your
vex.
present government who was carrying out?
So why are they still suffering from the same
Who was
issue?
carrying out money with van from his own home in Lagos?
That was in 2019. That was in 2019. That wasn't in
Oh, that
2015.
was.
But that being said, do you think Nigeria can vote in understanding the politics right now around insecurity? Do you think Nigeria is capable of voting somebody who will get the mind, the will be to say, make her end this nonsense we get to do with insecurity for the country? Even if P2B enter government, do you think P2B can stop it? Understanding that it's politically
Let me
motivated.
tell you, you bring issue of Peter Obi with what is going on now. If they give, I know so many people are going to comment so many things here, but with the discussion,
You're afraid of them roasting you. You're afraid of them roasting you, right?
with the situation on ground now, what they're offering Peter Obi, I prefer him to go for that vice presidency.
What are they offering him?
I'm not saying, but I prefer him. It is better. It is better good than nothing.
Why? Then how can he change the country being a vice president, being a spare tire?
He must not be a president to change the country.
But he can't make any effective decision as a vice president. We know the vice president na spare tire dem be. Why should him a day today? What
Nigerian politics senior you. Wetin make you feel say your present government dey fear? You know say in get his own fear there. Let me tell you one thing about the North. Now this politics nine they no pass any other thing. No. You know say many Northerners are not Judas.
They may betray each other.
Once they speak,
so now we they betray each other pass for South.
Once they speak that one language, forget it.
Okay. All right. Let me quickly begin to take calls. My phone lines are open. People are jumping into the conversation.
Talking of the police and the security aspect of it, forget Nigeria intelligence is dead. Anybody can do anything in Nigeria and go scot-free. They only
nobody
victimize the poor in Nigeria. The laws are for the poor people in Nigeria. They only victimize the poor.
Okay. All right. Let me begin to take calls and reactions of people. MOP, I had you here first.
Okay.
Let me take your calls.
Do you see what somebody said? You see what somebody said?
You see what he said?
He said, I supported this guy. Let Peter Obi get VP first.
Okay. All right. All right. So MOP, Mop,
Yeah,
Mr. Mop, you're welcome.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me, Precious?
Very well,
Yeah,
crystal
yeah. Good,
clear.
good.
Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon and good afternoon to your guest.
Good afternoon.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you
a
so
pleasure
much,
to be on.
Robin. Go
It's a
ahead,
pleasure
please.
to be on your platform. I was just going to comment momentarily in reference to the defection going on right now. You know what? I
Oh,
don't really.
thank you. Thank you so much, Oyi, for the £4. Go ahead, please.
Right. I don't really blame Tinubu, okay? I'm not a Tinubu supporter. I blame the APC and other parties. They're incompetent. I mean, I blame them for letting all this happen to them, not just APC, because, this happened in a party. When it comes to Nigerian space, I'm a progressive living in America, okay? I have a principle and I have an ideology. In Nigerian politics, there's
Mm-hmm.
none of those. It doesn't exist. It's from one party to another party. I mean, I'm not saying people don't defect, in America. We have Republican and Democrat, every now and then, you see one person defect to another party, particularly the Democrat, they have the tendency to, maybe one or two, depend.
Swing.
Yeah, depend. Right,
Swing.
but it's not very common here. So the point I'm trying to make, there's no difference between APC and PDP. I mean, they're all the same thing, and it's the lack of ideology. They are doing this for their own interest. So I don't really blame Tinubu. If you're APC, this is exactly what you're gonna do. I mean, try to conquer other party. Is it the right thing to do to have a one-party system? Are we trying to be North Korea? No, I don't like it. But he's doing whatever he's doing. He's a political, wizard. But like I stated to you yesterday, Precious, Tinubu is
Yes, sir.
the most dangerous person to ever occupy Nigerian presidency. And I will repeat it.
Mm.
Yes, the guy is very
Mm.
dangerous, okay, whatever he's doing. He doesn't have a clue. He went to school here at, I mean, nonsense college that he go, doesn't even have any credibility. The college that he went to Chicago.
Oga, apply more respect.
No,
You
no,
are
I
our
know the
president
college
to be
that he
talking.
went. It doesn't amount to anything. Anybody can get a first degree from, I mean, an honor from that university. So he's not intelligent, but he's intelligent when it comes to anything about criminality or political. He is good in that. So let's call it what it is. The guy is not brilliant. He's only brilliant, in politicking, gangsterism. That's what that's what he's good at that. And that's what we have right now that's where we're not going nowhere. So everybody coming here to blame him for trying to conquer other party. He's doing what he's supposed to do. That do happen. Blame the incapacitated of the other people, going to, other parties. That's what I blame. I don't blame him. So this is where we are, but I just want to comment on that. I don't have that much to say. I'm kind of busy right now, but Precious, it's nice to see you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much.
Thank you. It's always nice to
All
see
right.
you too. It's always nice to hear your voice. Thank you, Mope. I appreciate you. I like this particular comment made by Sensi Miles on Mails. He says, I am going to be teaching everyone in Port Harcourt what democracy is till 2027. They will take your money and they will not vote you. I wish Nigerians can shine their eyes and just really do that. Honestly speaking, I wish they can shine their eyes and do that. All right. Let me come to you now. Pansat. Mr. Pansat, good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Precious.
Welcome. Jump right into the conversation, sir.
Thank you. I haven't seen anybody that I agree with 100% so far that I've been watching the show, but I do agree a lot with the guest you have there. I can't say his name because you have a graphic covering his name. Your guest
Okay.
there,
So his name is
Mr.
Benjamin.
Benjamin, right?
His name is Benjamin.
Benjamin, I see it now.
So you did not agree with the former guest.
Uh,
You did not agree with the former guest,
no,
Mr.
I agree.
Shopito.
I said I haven't seen anybody I agree with 100%. I agree in part, then I disagree in part, right? I'll start off by saying that the last thing he said there is quite disappointing. He says that Northerners, they're kind of adept in politics. They're very good in it. They don't betray anybody, right? Now, that first
They don't betray
they
themselves,
don't
not
betray themselves.
anybody.
They don't betray themselves. But no matter how you clean that up, they fought a war here against us, Biafrans, and they had Plateau, Benue, all those people in that area to help them do that. And they betrayed those people, and they're massacring them now. There's nothing honorable about killers if you're looking at it as not geographical, the idea, if you're gonna say they don't betray anybody, then you have to collectively, whatever idiosyncrasies you have to give them, you have to give it to them collectively. Now, are there some good people individually there? Yes. But if you say that a killer, how honorable is somebody who goes and kills his fellow citizens? That's not honor. That's just a hyperbolic statement. Let me say that the major thing we have to talk about is Tinubu himself now. I have to remind you that I was here a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and I said that stop glorifying Fubara because he planned this stuff with what's his name? Liekly, a long time ago. And it was a ridiculous statement to make. But now it looks like it's possible, right, to some people. I know he did that. There's nobody going to take away his mandate like that and he just sit back. They planned it. But because it's a fast-moving show, I'm just going to run through some of the things that I want to say. Tinubu is no genius, period. I want everybody to know that because the exaggeration, he's never won a presidency before, ever, right? Even the last one, he didn't win it. It was Buhari who rigged that election with nothing else. But I'm not saying he's stupid or anything like that, but he's a simple mind, right? He's a thug. And what he did there, it's nothing else who put him there. But let's just be clear about that. He's never won another election that's federal in nature where he's the president of Nigeria. So the embellishment and the enhancement, elaborations, embroidery is basically Nigerians who are sitting on the fence. You have to understand, a lot of Nigerians are sitting on the fence. They could go either way, depending on what inducement you give them. It could be money. It could be tribal. It could be clannishness, especially clannishness from the South. So when you see all these people who are, you're surprised that they're jumping over to APC. That's no surprise to us in the Southeast, because if these characters went like that anyway, Nigeria won't be the way it is. You have to understand that the major tribes is a three-legged stool that's holding the nation. You have the Southeastern, Yorubas, Western, and then the Northerners, right? So those minorities then, whatever they do is the character of the country. Whatever they do, and they are not very happy. So they know they cannot compete in an open forum. So they like the country to be in a wuru way. That's exactly the way they want it. If you look at people who've come from the South and they become Chief Justice, like Chief Justice Onegan, when it's removed like a punk, nothing happens. When Jonathan was removed, nothing happens. Now, Buhari had a gang of thugs rip off that country. The only one they grabbed is Emefiele, right? Nobody's gonna fight for him.
Till now, even Melami till now. In fact, the cousin, I think Tunde Sabiu, that's Buhari's cousin. There was a time we heard that I think about $1 trillion or 1 something was seen in his account. Till today, nobody don't hold them.
Exactly.
We even they hear for side gossip say Malami get to cut deal with the president.
Exactly. You look at Emefiele was a CBN governor who's an independent agency of the country, in essence, the bank, right? It's his job, whatever he does. The president cannot be against it, right? Nobody can tell him what to do. That's why the word independence comes in. They copied it from the United States here. When we have somebody equivalent to him here, the president cannot say, hey, look, lower the interest rate or do this or do that. He has to make his own decision. So whatever he did now, they grab him. These Southerners, right? They try to pretend like it's a tribe. It's not a tribe. It's a bunch of little clans, little tribes. They're not really tribes. They're clans. They're the troublemakers in the country now. I know you come from that side, the Southerners. Southerners.
Why do you call them that?
Let me explain. Hold on. We can have the argument. Let's have the debate.
You know that we like to quarrel.
No, on this one now. This is the truth.
And what you cast as passion on ethnic nationalities.
Say that again.
Do you understand? That's very wrong. You will not be casting as passion on a particular.
It's not an ethnic group. No. It's not. That's what I'm saying. Listen to me. It's not an ethnic group. That game they're playing is over. I'm the one who I tell you the truth about this, and they don't like it, right? Here's the point. It's not an ethnic group, because if it's an ethnic group, they'll be fighting for Emefiele right now. They will not do that. They would have fought for Onegan, who was removed illegally. You need 2/3 of the Senate to
in
remove
the, in the southeast, how many people has fought for each other? You see,
okay, hold on.
let me tell you.
Hold on.
No.
You've been
In
talking
the
about
south-
In the
hold on now.
southeast, how many of the politicians are fighting for each other in the southeast?
Come your guess now. Let me answer. I'm gonna answer that. That's a good question. But hold on, it's premature, but it's a good question. Here's what I'm saying to you. If you understand it, you're not gonna fight about it. These are facts.
So don't present the southeast as if they are the best.
No, I'm not. Hold on. Hold
All
on.
of us are betrayers of each other. What
No.
Yes.
Madam, please hold your guest to order.
Don't be biased.
Let it be in order. Then after I say something, you can respond. Hold on. Let me say this. Listen to me.
All right, it's okay.
Let me land. What I'm saying is that I'm giving you those examples. When you come to the South, it's basically Igbos, some are Yorubas, some are Hausas or whatever. That's what it is. We have Wazobia in that country.
No.
Hold on. I want to tell you the truth. Hold on. This guy's not going to let me talk.
No.
Pansat, that is so boring and so outdated. We're going past that three ethnic nationality, and you know that. You know that Nigeria is much more divided than within three ethnic groups.
I know. Please listen.
You just want to check on.
I know, but listen now. Let me justify what I said. Okay. When I speak, by the way, I should have said it. I said this the last time. That's why I didn't want to repeat it. And I should repeat it because maybe people went there the last time who are here now. The point is this: when I'm speaking anthropologically, I'm not talking about tribe. Anthropology is what we have to go by. Like you and I, Precious, to me, we come from the same tradition, right? And your other guest, the day that I made that statement, I don't know where your guest here come from, right? What's his name again? I wish you could just remove this graphic so I could be able to call his name.
Okay. All right. So
I'm not done now. Benjamin.
Thank you. I have to say a big thank you to you first of all.
So what I'm saying to him is that when we speak in anthropology, that's how we come to Nigeria. Where did you come from? What brought you to Nigeria? What has been your role in the country? That's what I mean, right?
So what brought the Igbo people to Nigeria? Where did they come from? The Igbos, did they come from the sky?
You see this issue, the Igbo.
Let me land now, because there's something else he said, Benjamin, there's something else he said that is outrageous, which is that Peter Obi should be a vice president, right? Maybe I'm breaking the news to you for the first time. Peter Obi won that last election, right?
Why is he not the president?
I'm going to tell you.
Why is he not the president?
Precious, you're going to have order. We have to have order here. This guy has to be in order.
I should serve you water.
And I agree with like 80-something% of what he said. These people, what you do, like what you're doing right now is that you know exactly what you're doing, right? You said a lot of nice things, but then where it really counts, you're way off. And I believe it's deliberate. Peter Obi is going to win the election now. How could I give you a link? Because I was going to say what Tinubu is doing that is quite more effective than everything else that we're talking about, which is his connection going to Donald Trump, right? He had a Mr. Bolos meet him in France. That's the only thing that's going to bring justice in Nigeria, is that Peter Obi has to make his efforts to Donald Trump's administration. Without that, he cannot do anything. The court's been captured, the judiciary, the courts, the judiciary has been captured. So what we're going to have to do is to make a connection, make our case, because people from my side, Southeast, we have a lot of us here in the United States. And that's the only advantage we have over others. We have to make sure that
when you guys are united.
No, yes, we are. Hold on the big issue, we're united, right? Not only for. Let me tell you why we are.
Biafra, you start agitating since
no, you're looking at that's Biafra, and then there are something. Would you have this guy come down? Now I have to insist that he comes down. Let me make a point. Hold on, now he just
Okay, so Mr. Benjamin, just hold on a second, and you would have the right to respond, right?
Thank you.
So kindly just.
Yeah, thank you very much. Because there's no reason for you, maybe it's out of ignorance that you're interchanging Southeast with Biafrans. I'm a Biafran, right? That's true. But you have Southeast that is not Biafra. You have Igbos who are not Biafrans, right? Biafra is like 5%. Yeah. IPOB.
What is Igbo without the entire Southeast?
No. What I'm saying is that Southeast is not the same thing as Biafra. There are Southeasterners who say, look, we're not into Biafra. Do you understand? So right now, what I want him to understand is that IPOB, for example, when he mentions Nnamdi Kanu, it's like 3 or 4% of Igbos. That's who are Biafrans right now. I mean, IPOB right now, but IPOB. But Biafra itself is not just Southeast. You have River State Biafrans. You have Edo State Biafrans. You have Delta State Biafrans. Biafra, Cross River. For example, they say Biafran that's ruling River State right now, right? If you want to look at it like that, it's a Biafran that Tinubu picked and put in River State to, because God, the way God works, it's a miracle.
Pastor, please, no, you're derailing my conversation. I will not let you do this to me all the time. You're derailing my conversation. This conversation is about the decamping from PDP to APC.
Right. But you heard him say that Peter Obi should be a vice president. He didn't say anything. That's outrageous. That's more outrageous than anything I've said.
This is opinion.
Okay, and this is
opinion. You can have your opinion. I haven't said anything about it. I haven't accepted that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You could also pick a fight.
It's my guess. You also, I haven't picked. I will not pick a side. You will not force me to pick a side.
All right, well, you are like you're like Dr. Damages. You don't want to pick a side, but the truth has to be said. Whether you're picking a side or not, we're here to look at what is the truth. The truth, it has to be said. You cannot say, okay, look, I'm not going to pick a side. 2 + 2 is 4. So you can't say, I'm not going to pick a side.
Can you conclude? People are waiting to jump in on the conversation.
What I want to say is that the move that Peter Obi has to make, because all these shenanigans that Tinubu is doing is not really his master stroke. That, he fooled a lot of Nigerians. He's able to fool them with all this decamp. That has nothing to do with anything. What it comes down to is that when the election is held in 2027, there will be an action in the courts, and he has the Supreme Court sewn up. So what our strategy should be is for the United States to be the umpire for us on this. Do not recognize anybody who did not win that election. That's basically.
And you think the United States. And you think the United States has your best interest at heart, Ali?
Wait a minute. I'm not saying Trump may not have. The United States, the American people are fair. They're savvy, right? Only if you don't go and speak to the American people, speak to the Congress, once you bring everything to fore, like this meeting between Bolos and Tinubu in France, we have to make sure that we're following all that and make American people know that's what's happening. Because you have to understand that.
Thank you. I have a call. I have to attend to the call now. You spent almost 20 minutes.
I have, but I was not allowed to actually make a coherent landing and put my stop. This is even what I came here to talk about.
Because you were being controversial.
No, controversial is somebody saying that Peter Obi should be a vice president. That person, right? In essence, he won the election. You've already said that the election was rigged. So where the hell do you come from to say that Peter Obi should be a vice president? Do you know how big the Igbos are in that country? Is that because we spare you and then we let the Fulanis come over there? We can do the same thing they're doing over there, right?
Do your worst and grab the power.
We're coming now. We've been there before, by the way. We took over the whole place.
Do your worst and grab the power.
We took you over in 1 day. Everybody over there. 1 day, 2 divisions did it. And we're coming back. And people like you,
all right, it's okay.
People like you who have no respect to come and say Peter Obi should be vice president because we let you talk anyhow. Precious let you talk anyhow.
Thank you. No, thank you. Mr. Pansat. Thank you so much.
Upset about that.
Take this call. My caller is on the line. Hello, good evening and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Sir, I greet you too. Thank you, sir.
Benjamin.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mr. Benjamin, I agree with you 100% and 10. You are very, very right. And I'm an Igbo man, but I don't like the way the last speaker is saying, talk about the River State people who are united. South are the same. We are the same. If we are united, none can not be where he is today. If we both are united, so we are not the same. The problem is that in Nigeria atmosphere, the south, just let me tell you the way they divide it, north and south. South is where you have the weakest link. Benjamin said exactly what is happening in Nigerian politics. The north always united. The south
In
is where you can
politics.
get the
In
weakest.
politics.
In politics. This is Nigerian politics. Let's not be, you know, we can romance it. They stand. But that's why Tinubu knows where he can get the missing link, which is the our southeast and south. See what's happening?
Ben, let me interrupt your guest, please. The commenter is
No,
wrong.
you will not.
Face
You will
reality.
not.
You don't
You
like
will
Peter
not.
Obi more
You
than
will
me.
not interrupt him, please.
Precious, tell him
Please.
how much I spend in Peter Obi's campaign. He doesn't like Peter Obi more than me, but let's face reality.
It's okay, please, Mr. Benjamin. Let's hear the color out.
That the best thing for Peter Obi is to be the VP. I supported that 100% and 10. That's the best Nigerian politics. There's no two ways about it. Peter Obi cannot get it to president without being. You have to under those people. This Nigerian politics. When you talk about Nigerian politics, if Peter Obi votes for election tomorrow, he cannot get it alone. He must collide with these people and get what he wants. And that's the best thing I would suggest for him. If he beat here, he might help to arrange the Nigerian economy. You know, it can be arranged there. So that's why I'm trying to support. I tried to come into your live program, but he's not letting me in. I don't know why.
No, come inside now. You never knock for the door, make I not open for you. The door is my door is always open, Oga. No, now.
I don't know why it's not.
No, Vex, you don't knock well. I don't hear the sound of your knock. I'm so sorry. It's not deliberate at all. Hello, Mr. Tony Chikudi. Mr. Tony from Chicago, rather. Mr. Tony from Chicago, can you hear me? Oh dear, apologies. Okay. Oh, my phone lines are buzzing non-stop. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello.
Precious.
Sa Ogaranya.
Yeah, Precious.
Sa Anomofuma. Yes. Thank you. Yadrekwa Benjamin in Anogi.
Benjamin have proved that people are still remaining. He's a very young, sharp, brilliant guy.
But Pensat is not agreeing with him. Pensat said he's not making sense.
No, not everybody. Those guys, they don't know how the IPOP was formed. I don't want to go into that. You know, I don't want to talk about. I don't want to go into that. Most of them are just followers. They don't know how the IPOP started, and they don't know what happened. So I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to go into that. Benjamin is a very brilliant guy, but I want to make a point for some certain place he said about the security issue. He really go very far. That the security is dead. You know what that means? When security is dead, it means that there is nothing like a government. You don't know that?
Yes.
Now, but when another correction I want him to know is for him to know that the politics he think that Hausa, the northerners, that strong pillars they have before 2015, 2013, thereabout. After 2017, you know when the history of imposter started going, northerners have no more that authority. They have no more that impunity in politics again. They are lost. That's why these guys are doing what they are doing. It's because of the story of an imposter. That's why they have this impunity. Just calculate in your own time. Have you ever seen any president emerge in Nigeria and everybody is misbehaving? Police are misbehaving. Every security are misbehaving. And they are not calling in order. You know what that means? It means that the top have already spoiled. So there is nothing anybody can do about it. Because when something fly, I don't want to go into what is going on here in a security aspect. I don't want to go into the details anyway. But when something spoiled in the security system, the politics messed up. They abuse every goddamn thing called government. That is what is going on there. So Northerners have no more that impunity as he think.
All right, thank you.
His fault. He have to make on another ground for it. But
thank
for
you.
Igbo are still there. I don't. Anyway, precious.
Sir?
Keep it up, eh?
Oh yeah.
Keep the fire burning. Keep the fire burning.
Thank you so much. I
I want to
appreciate you. Thank
clarify
you.
something. I want to clarify
No,
something.
no, you will clarify. Oh, so do that quickly because Pansat also has to land his thoughts. You know, we didn't let him land his
I
thoughts.
want to
So just
clarify
go ahead.
something.
I have someone on hold. Just go ahead
If
while
there
very
is
quickly so that I can
anybody
pick.
who support Peter Obi, I am the one.
Just kindly give me a second. Let's
You get what I'm saying?
finish with the guest.
With
Please.
not supporting Peter Obi by mouth, which you are aware of, but the way sometimes let us not talk with sentiment. Let us look.
Kindly be on the line, please.
Let us
Let's
watch
finish
the
with the
facts.
guests. I'll bring
But
you
let
in.
me tell you, without the support of the Northerner, I say it, Benjamin, Peter Obi can never be president of Nigeria. Take it or you leave it. He will contest 100 times, he will never be. Without the support of the Northerner. Anybody, it's not by sentiment or being tribalistic. Nobody loves Peter Obi more than me. If I had the power, he would have been my first choice, my number one. But I don't have the power. I can't put him there. So when the desirable is not available, the available become desirable. If you want to make contribution, you can still make contribution as a vice president because that is what you can get for now.
But vice presidents are barely spare tires, as you call them. They're neither here nor there. They're not allowed to do anything.
Who told you? And don't you think that him being the vice president will be able to stabilize some certain things? When Jonathan was going as vice president, did anybody thought that he's going to be president of Nigeria? So let us face reality. Nobody hates him.
All right, it's okay. You've made your point. Let me quickly go to my caller. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Apologies for keeping you on hold for a while, sir.
Yeah, Precious,
sir?
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Precious, my name is Ernest.
Ernest, you're welcome. Where are you calling from, Ernest?
Yeah, I'm calling from Houston.
You're welcome, Mr. Ernest. Go ahead.
Yeah, Precious,
sir?
I've been listening to your program.
Thank you.
For quite some time.
Thank you.
And I truly appreciate some of your guests. They've been very, very brilliant.
Thank you.
Even Benjamin is brilliant too. But the thing is this, Precious, we should be ashamed of ourselves, Nigerians. Yeah, we should be ashamed. We keep fighting over petty things and lose focus of how to develop our country. Precious,
sir?
Let me give you instance. I've been here for quite some time. I've never ever seen the mayor of UC commissioning road. You see every day they are working on roads. You see roads.
They're not like publicity. They're not sabi use media. Why are you saying like that?
Hold on. They will close the road. Before you know what is happening, the road is opened and people start using it. One day I asked my wife, I said, how come the fix was here and nobody publicized it? He said, it is the duty of the mayor to do the road. There's no need publicizing something is your duty to do. So I wonder, what kind of society are we operating? We should be ashamed. Talking about Igbos, Yorubas, Hausa, Tinubu this, Tinubu that, and nothing is moving forward.
Honestly.
Nothing is moving forward. The country is going down, down, down. I mean, let these people be focused. Look, Precious, let me tell you, Nigerians are not interested who becomes the president if the economy is improving.
I agree with you. What we just need is good governance.
If it is somebody from the J that is winning Nigeria, if the economy is good, nobody cares.
Absolutely.
People are agitating because the economy is bad. And the funny thing is that we in the United States are the people bearing the brunt of this bad leadership in Nigeria. Precious, do you know how many calls I get every night? I don't sleep at night. People are calling me, friends, well wishers. Oh, please, I've not eaten. My children have not paid school fees. Precious, can you help me do this, do that? I don't sleep at night because of family pressure, because of friends pressure, because of economic pressure from people.
Do you know it's worse for those of us living in Nigeria? I go through same too.
Let's move forward.
Sorry.
This issue of peasant and all these rest, I don't care who rules the country. Get this thing fixed and let's move forward.
Thank you. Thank you so
We should
much.
be ashamed. Stupid country.
Sorry, sir. Thank you so much.
It's a stupid country. I feel ashamed. People respect us here in America, but back home, we have somebody from Rwanda. He said, "You people are intelligent people. You have brilliant people, but what is wrong with your country?" I felt so embarrassed. Well, Precious, let me not waste your time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have the opportunity to contribute again.
You will have the opportunity to always contribute all the time. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Benjamin, have a nice day. You too.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Oh dear. My phone lines are buzzing non-stop. You would have to be patient for me to take these calls. Apologies, please, so that we can talk to Nigerians. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Sir, you're welcome, sir.
Saben, that Saben there, I'm greeting him. He's a good politician, man. I must have to commend him. Yes, I was listening to this man. Is very brilliant. And then you have somebody like this in position, somebody like Sore, despite that Sore is just bringing his greedy ingredients for Peter Obi, we don't care. But he's a good man if it comes to politics. You understand me? These are people we need that can curtail and make our country to be better. And there's somebody like Aisha, I know people that are political minded, people that can see truth and call it truth. But left for all those our politicians, all those ones are past tense. We don't have anything politician. We don't have anything leadership in Nigeria. So what this man said is 100% truth. People cannot actualize or go to that position without the Northerners. Sure. Not all these
but also North can also not win without South too. Now, sure,
North can win without South.
Which North? So do you think that Benue State people are classified themselves as?
What is the population of Kano State?
See this man now just came and he's bringing. I called him Imo State. I was the person that's calling him Imo State betrayers. His brother is the one they paid. APC people paid. I know how many thousands of Imo State youth to the slaughter. So what is their governor doing? Nothing up to today. Now he's turning aside to say IPOB is not a terrorist group. Nonsense. But they've been killing your people for over 6 years ago. You didn't say anything. You even present your people. They kill them. So left for all these things that is happening, madam, what we need, number one, I know people have been shouting, we need to, before we can get everything good or working in Nigeria, we need to go to our electoral body, that is INEC.
Thank you.
Been able to maintain that place.
Yeah, I don't know if you started watching when the other guest was there. There was something he said. He said that by 2027 says
the guest was complaining to you about how people disturbing him about money. I'm calling from Kuwait, madam.
No. I said the other guest, one of my panelists. What's him been talking? Say Nigeria go only vote who them fit want. If it be say them protect their vote. I can't hear you. It's noisy.
Voting who they want tonight. Does it work?
You did not hear me, so it's okay. Don't worry. When you're done, I can make that point. It's okay. Thank you.
You see, what that man was saying is out of point. That's the reason why I was telling you, cut him off. He just came here to destroy.
No, you did. You don't know the person I'm talking about. I'm talking about one of my panelists, but I appreciate you. Let me let you go too. Thank you very much. You've spoken for about 3 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I took my cap for you, sir. You're a good person. You're a good politician.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. My phone line is buzzing non-stop. Oh, hell, Father Lord. Okay. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Are you there? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, you're welcome.
Beautiful pressure.
Sir?
Beautiful pressure.
Sir?
Yeah.
Mr. Tony Chukudi.
You're paying me a lot.
Hell.
You just paid one now.
Eh.
Yeah. All of them are in arrears.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. See, Precious.
Sir?
There is so many things we have been talking about, the insecurity.
Okay.
And everything. It's just something, tip of finger. It's just that the government doesn't want to do it. That's one. Simply because it's not their own that is dying. It's not their own properties or whatever investment that is being destroyed. So all their money is outside. That's why all their money, they try to do it in dollar because they know that the naira, they are able to kind of make naira strong, but they themselves doesn't accept the naira. So that's one. The second one is that I guess I greet him. But there is something that he said about Peter Obi. What he said about Peter Obi, that Peter Obi has to run as there is somebody that just spoke now about Peter Obi should be the second
vice.
To me, I like the question that you put across him. How can he then make some changes because of the way Nigerian system is? I don't support Peter Obi being a vice. Instead of him to be a vice, let him quietly sit down. Let him do it. Let him continue to see if he can make that change by not even attempting to be a vice. Just as the man said that he must not be a president to make some changes. So let him not be a vice. That's one. Secondly, the third one is you are talking about people defecting. You can see that the president, if cannot win election, you can see it. So by all this game they are playing, I was telling somebody that the same federal capital they told us that is nothing is now going to be something come 2027. Remember what they told us that, there is nothing about federal capital territory. That's why he put Wike there. And now they are struggling to secure River State. The two places they know that was an issue. So they want to secure it. If the president can win an election, you shouldn't go and be destabilizing other parties, in as much as that's what the politicians do. But you shouldn't be going destabilizing other parties. And one thing, like the guy from America was talking, that in America, the defect, but at the end of the day, each conservative or each Republican, here they are conservatives, each Republican, there is something they believe in. There is a principle they believe in. When it comes to Republicans, they are pure conservative. They believe in a very simple thing, family and the values that associate with it. The moment you move out from there, anybody defecting to another party, they have to call election, and that person must abide by the ideology of the party that he is going into. So it's not just what they are doing in Nigeria, they just defect and go to another one. And look at Okowa. Just look at. To me, I will not be looking at him that he might be the one who made Atiku not to win. Okay, look at what they are talking about, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo. Is it not embarrassing if such a thing is true?
That he's an APC stooge, that he's working for APC.
Is it not a complete sabotage, stabbing someone at the back? And people are talking about Showore that he's working for Tinubu. He can be doing demonstration. He can be playing all kind of card if he wants to be working for him. But where are we going? Where are Nigerians going?
Thank you.
It's just annoying. Since this week I have been hearing, last week, it's just making me annoyed every day.
Sorry.
And we are struggling to change the country, and people are, the so-called, God. It's just
sorry. No vex. Don't vex. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you, sir. Now, going back to that thing, for those who know here, Mr. Shebu Shapito, or maybe no day here when in there around, what he did say, Benjamin, I'm sure you heard when he said that in one way we can really get an election or get to elect somebody that we want is if we all protect our votes from the polling unit. That is, dedicate the entire day. Say, today I did here to defend the election. From the election polling unit, you waka follow then go local government to the major collation center, to the final paper, that paper where the state collation officers they carry, they count. Everybody follow there. Say you go day there. On a go day there. Say on a support on a vote. On a day there to protect on a vote. If they say more on a go say no because now there they change the vote. Maybe that's when they say Nigerians don't ready, they no grid die down. Maybe that's when they will understand that Nigerians want. Oh yeah, tell me. Very quickly, I need to get back to other guests.
The result for 2027, they don't write and keep somewhere. And I will tell you why. If you say make everybody follow them, go Collation Center, where you don't know the job, where they take your police and security agencies, they do, army, where they do. When they don't shoot 1-2 times, you go still see anybody for there. So you see, if we need to do this thing right and we need to do it right, it's either we have what they call electronic voting. You don't even need to leave your house to vote.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Benjamin. Let me quickly.
You do your bank transfer from your phone now. Do you need to go to bank to transfer money to someone?
But then they say whenever I preach like that. But let me quickly let Pansat finish his thoughts. Mr. Pansat, go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let me say, first of all, let me bring some numbers to your guest that you put in the back. I don't mind if you bring him here as long as he doesn't interrupt me. In 2011, Goodluck Jonathan ran against Muhammad Buhari. Jonathan was PDP, and then Buhari was CPC, Congress for Progressive Change. In that election, most Northerners voted for Buhari. He was like Madagascar at that time. And he garnered 12 million votes. But Goodluck Jonathan beat him with 22 million plus votes. So that's eviscerates everything your guest is saying. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's guessing just from optics, right? Which is okay. I don't want to come down hard on your guest. It's your guest. But you're gonna have to correct some of this because I know you know these things, Madam Precious. I notice that you're smarter than your guests. Most times you correct them, but very
I won't let you talk down on my guests like that. That's okay.
No, I'm saying that you
go ahead.
No, I'm saying, do you correct your guests or not? You do correct your guests, but you do it so reluctantly. It's only when I come here that you're all over me, and that's fine. I've made that complaint before. But let me speak on more issues. I do not speak for Peter Obi. I'm not a Peter Obi supporter. I'm not an obedient, because that's one thing they do when you see somebody from the southeast. It's for Obi or whatever you want to say. I'm not Peter Obi would even say to me, hey, look, don't support me because you're gonna cost me votes, right? Because I will tell people the truth, and they're gonna say, okay, we're not gonna vote for Peter Obi. Don't vote for Peter Obi now. Now you go suffer. Over here where I am, I don't need anything, and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna take the country back by force. So that people now, where is that your guest from? The guy you just took backstage. Where's he from? He has this our enemy accent. So we from the southeast, that's an accent we hear, and we know that's our enemy right there, right? Where's he from?
So Delta State is your enemy. River State is your enemy. Are you kidding me?
Some of them are. Okay.
You sound very bigoted. No. I don't like that.
Let me tell you.
To hear you say these things that you say, I think that your mind should be a bit more informed.
I am very, very informed, right? I can teach.
You shouldn't be doing what you're doing.
No. Listen, they make me do it. You cannot be playing in the mud and I'll be sitting in heaven. Okay, you want to wrestle in the mud? Let's go to the mud. Most of the enemies we have, and I've said that
can we address the situation and land our thoughts?
Okay, so all I'm saying to you, first of all, you do agree that in 2011, that myth that you cannot win the election without the North is eviscerated. Besides, nobody's saying that Peter Obi is not going to win some in the North. He did the last time. There are a lot of Northerners who support Peter Obi. Those who want the country to do very well, it's not a geographical thing, right? As a matter of fact, most of our problem, speaking as a Biafran and somebody from the southeast, is from south-south, right? Edo, Rivers, Delta. Those are the problems. Of which, like I said, you're from there. I have respect for you. It's not an individual thing. You play that game until we finally come home there, and then we're gonna take care of that problem because they come and they take the resources from there, and they're all talking nonsense, right? They come, they remove your governor. Okay, if you're so powerful, it's the only me you can build up on. because I'm from the Southeast. What about your governor that was removed? What are you doing about that? What about your oil that's been piped and you're giving weapons to guide it while they take it? You're just talking and with a bunch of hubris. So all I have to say, even on those wayward people in your comment section there, and I have a lot of fans there, don't get me wrong. The Abia returning officer faced the same challenges, right? But she did not play ball. So no matter what these people do, there's a Nena Oti in Abia State, and she was induced and threatened, but she stood firm to take the country back. That's what we need. All these games these people are playing, right? They must stop playing that game. Stand up. If the guy says he's a Peter Obi supporter, I don't give a rat's ass what Peter Obi or this or that. No, that's not the point. The point is that when we make a decision collectively that Peter Obi is going to be the person who's going to help bring the country back, we should support him for real. We cannot be doing it by saying, "Oh, I love Peter Obi more than anything, but let him go and be vice president." What kind of Indian hemp are you smoking? He won the election. I can understand that maybe he's from Delta State, he cannot do anything, right? They remove his people, they cannot do anything because he cannot. You don't have the numbers, but we can.
Thank you, Princess. I had to call you.
Okay, fine. I'm not gonna be coming back here to be meddling in this stuff. It's okay. I'm okay. I quit. I'm not coming back here again this time.
I just no, not that. Well, see, not that you're threatening me with shunning my platform. You understand? First of all, most times when you have to speak, you derail on your conversation, and you would agree that I've been very, very fair to you. So if you're threatening me because you insult my guest, because you use insultive words on my guest, and I'm telling you not to do that, and you're threatening me not to come on my platform again, that's fine. Okay. You make comments that are very insulting and degrading to
give me one example. Give me one. What did I say?
People have rights to their opinion.
What did I say? What did I say?
You remember the things that you just said now. You remember
what did I just say?
You remember the things you just
said.
Like
what? Give me one. Give me one. It's because of the way you're looking at me.
How do you call people your enemies? What are those things that you say?
What did you say?
Come on. How can we be fighting? How can we be fighting to unite our country and you're further dividing us?
I am not. I am calling out people who are sending us back.
What your statement
you have to understand something.
By your statement, you are further dividing us.
No.
But it's okay.
If I say the truth, then you have to judge it by true or false. Not whether, because the truth sometimes can be divisive. But as far as I didn't say the truth, then you could admonish me and say all the things you're saying. But remember, I'm here in the United States with over $30 trillion economy, right? I've been professor in university, so when you have a guest, there's no hierarchy. Just because you have that boy here now, doesn't mean he comes up.
The way you're calling him a boy. People's father, somebody's husband, somebody's father.
No, do you know how old I am?
And you say you've not been insulted. Forget about that.
Do you know how old I am?
Is he an adult or not?
Do you know how old I am?
Is he an adult or not?
Tell me, do you know how old I am?
Does it stop him from being an adult? Does it stop him from being an adult?
In our tradition, if you say you're Nigerian,
if
you say you're Nigerian,
you're not remembering tradition.
If you say you're Nigerian, you don't see an old man like me. An old man.
I hope you don't go to village meeting with this character.
What I'm talking, of course not.
If you go to village meeting with this character, they go do you something for village.
They come. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Bye. Let me speak to Mr. Tony. Mr. Tony, hi. Hello.
Yeah.
Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Mr. Tony, sorry, just give me a second. Let me talk to this person over the phone. I'll come back to you. Hello, good evening and welcome. Yes, please.
Please, Precious. That your guest is very rude. It's not supposed to be rude on your platform.
Thank you, sir.
That your guest is please, that your guest.
Thank you, sir.
Is temperamental.
Thank you, sir.
All right?
Thank you, sir.
He should be able to be civil
Thank
while
you,
he is communicating.
Thank you,
and
sir.
that will make him drive away your customers.
No, it's not customers, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
It is very, very wrong.
Thank you so much, sir.
Please, an advice I will give to you is that you should have a guideline, for people to come and make comments.
Thank you.
Because you don't need to, because everybody has an opinion
Absolutely.
to make. You have your own opinion. I have my own opinion.
Thank you.
And so you cannot insult the other person because he said something you don't like.
I agree with you, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Nobody will support you when you continue to be saying something that is annoying to other person.
Thank you.
That is arrogance. Is that the way we are going to lead our people? No.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you, sir.
But
You didn't tell me your name and where you're calling from, sir.
I'm calling from USA, Elder Pauline.
Elder, sir, you're welcome. Elder Pauline, you're welcome, sir.
Pauline is my name.
Thank you, sir.
Calling from USA.
Thank you.
Houston.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. I deeply appreciate you. Right, sir. Thank you for this advice. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Tony, go ahead, please.
Can you hear me? First of all, I have to apologize on behalf of your guest that was so rude and then uncivilized. And so disappointing that he said
he wasn't
he's in America. He's a
caller like you.
I know. He says he stayed in America. I don't believe that he stayed in America and behaved this way. We don't behave this way. We are civilized. This is a free country. Your main guest Benjamin has his own right of his own opinion. How can he be calling me a boy? It's an insulting word. I don't know why. I don't know. Well, I don't. Let me not talk about it. First of all, he said, I heard you. I heard that. That's why we're here, because of you. I don't come here because of him. So first of all, you talk about Buhari getting 12 million. Buhari had no governor. Then, Goodluck has all the governors, most of the governors. When Buhari was on CPC, he had no governor, and he was able to get the 12 million. So when you talk about that, you know what it is. We had the that's why Tinubu want to convert most governors in the south, east, and south to be APC. You are for River State. Be one River State.
Yes,
be one River State. But what happened?
Yes.
Because he had the governor. That's what Tinubu is about doing in the south, east, and west too. You get all of them.
And that is why I asked the question. That's why I asked the question. Did Hope Uzodinma win PD?
I'm coming today. I'm coming today. I'm coming today. Wait, I'm coming there. He was saying about River State people. What happened? What happened when old people doesn't matter from 4th to 1st? What did Igbos do? You can't fight the government, federal government like that. Why can't you talk about people? No, I don't like people talking about people. No. We are meant to be brothers and sisters, no matter what happened in the past. We are meant to be the same. So Hope Uzodinma is there from 4th to number 1. And he's still there. And somebody talk about the River State people or whatever it is. No, Sasa, no. The same thing happened to us, and we did nothing. So what he has to do is that why I like Benjamin, he said about what he said was just Nigeria politics. Normal politics. Peter Obi can win Nigeria election. It may be one last election, but can he be there? That's the question. Because they have to write down. But when the thing will become so obvious, they cannot manipulate it. That's what people are praying for now. If Lagos State was so obvious, from authentic contact, I get that Peter Obi won almost 1 million in Lagos State, but they were able to cut it down to 500,000. So, because it's so obvious. That's why people lost in Lagos State. So when the North say yes, okay, let me ask you a question again. Last week, who was the vice president aspirant with Peter Obi? Was it Babangida Ahmed? I think he was still today trying to fight with Tinubu. Then what happened to Okowa, who was VP to Atiku Abubakar? Why are we hearing today? Because Tinubu knows what our problem is. You know where he can go and manipulate. He can't manipulate the northern state people, northerners. No. I served there, I grew up there sometime, and I know the way they behave. You can't manipulate them. When they say yes, they said yes. You cannot change their mentality. That's why I say Nigerian politics is not Peter Obi can win Nigerian politics without the bad people around him. He must get the bad people around to win the Nigerian politics. It's not gentleman fight. Your president today told you have to snatch it and run away with it. That is Nigerian politics, not American politics. Peter Obi is good for civilized politicians, yes. But for him to get there, you must need people like Erufai, you must need people like Atiku, and other regular ones. They are going to fight for you to be there. But for you to go and do it alone, never. Till Nigeria Peter cannot
Thank
win.
you.
Okay? Thank you so much for accepting me today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for joining in.
Yeah.
Okay, let me quickly speak to someone else, and then I come back to you, Mr. Benjamin. I know you're itching to have your response and reaction. Benjamin, please kindly just hang in there a little bit. Good evening and welcome. Good evening. I can't hear you. Good evening. You have to unmute yourself from your end. Check if you're muted. I can't hear you. Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Go ahead. Yes, Ogaraya Biadiocha.
Yeah, don't
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Uganda can want 18 years.
It's okay. I see that. I like it. Go ahead.
Mara Bugo Kenya, I was.
It's okay. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Atiku cannot win an election.
Atiku Abubakar.
Ask me why.
Why?
Good. You see, from that 1999, the story of Ali Button, he killed the career of Atiku. So there is nothing.
He did what?
Because why I'm saying this is, I see when Benjamin keep on repeating that I am not a fan of Peter Obi. That is number one. I have my own choice.
Waiting Peter video you will be fans.
No,
Okay.
I'm not the fans of Peter Obi. Peter Obi is a gentleman. I don't believe in that kind of gentleness in politics. I have been following politics starting from UK since 2004, when IBB wanted to contest for president. That is what makes me join politics. So the style of politics is Western world politics, where they have already fight and get what is called justice. In Nigeria, they have no fight to get justice. So as far as the justice is already damaged, you can't get into power with that. The direction is going. Why they want to use him as a vice is because they can see that Atiku is vibrant and they have power to grab it if he comes to his own turn. Because if Atiku was the right person in the sides of Peter Obi 2023, this guy can't stand that place. Atiku will make every possible means to take it. And another thing people have to know that this time around, it's not for naught. Northerners have been in the power for 8 years. So there is nothing they can do for any Northerner to come into power for the next 4 years.
Can I blow your mind? Can I blow your mind?
Okay.
Can I blow your mind?
Okay.
Let me explain to you the calculation of Northerners and why the Northerners are saying that they can remove Tinubu in 2027 and nothing will happen. The calculation here is how many years of this present democracy have we had? We had Obasanjo for 8 years. We had Yeradua for just 2 years. We had Jonathan from the South for 6 years. And we had, what do they call it, Buhari for another 8 years. Meaning that the North so far has done just 10 years. The South, they believe, say, don't do more years past them. So their calculation say they still get right. Then they count the other ones so they don't be head of state too. They don't commot that counting. They tell you now, say they tell you now saying that they don't be marginalized pass for this current democracy. So say they want government and say they go feel commot Tinubu and nothing will happen. You see that?
To come out in listen, see where I believe for their own plan. It will be very difficult for them to succeed on that. They will not. Northern cannot survive in an election without the Southeast or South-South. The only thing can liberate Nigeria for people to be free is a massive protest. If there anybody thinking that the election can change anything, that is completely lie. As far as the judiciary, the judiciary system is bad. they can't do anything about it. Because you cannot be doing an election and someone will telling you, if you don't like the result, go to court. It means that they just like someone telling you, if you are still your thing, go to police. Because you know that they can share it with the police. So there is nothing he can do.
All right, thank you, Ogaranya. Make I leave you. Make I attend to my
All right.
guest finish.
Remember that.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, Benjamin, you're welcome back. But just before you go for your rebuttal. Let me quickly take this call. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Oh dear, I lost you. I was going to take that call. All right, so let me have you respond and react.
You see,
Mr. Benjamin.
I don't want even to respond to your guest that insulted me. It's part of it, you know. But you see, there is something. I'm not discussing politics, how it ought to be, what ought to be. I'm discussing the reality of Nigerian politics. Nigerian politics is not meant for gentlemen. So, like the issue on ground now that I'm talking that Peter Obi should go, and I still maintain that. Peter Obi must have the support of the aggressive people for him to get there. So, for him saying that I'm not going to have agreement with anybody, I'm not going to have coalition with anybody, I will get there myself. Precious, mark me, Nigeria that I know is impossible. I don't know if he's a citizen of UK, we can go there where they have a playing fairground for everybody, he can go there and do it, fine. But let me tell you, if I were to have a choice, and I did it in 2023, I never regretted it. I didn't even do it only with mouth. I do it with my resources. I supported him. He's the best person among all these people hovering around. But let us look at how the system works. You need mafians to get into, you need to be a mafian to get into power in Nigeria. Take it or you leave it. If you're a saint, you can never smell the corridor of power in Nigeria. You know why? And the reason is this. Nothing is working. So now, but if he begins to preach this thing that is going, and he will preach it, then kingdom don't come. Nothing will happen. So it's better he said, okay, I think the politics is too radical for me. I think I have to step aside. But if he wants to go there, that he wants to rescue people, okay, did you not hear the history of Australia? These are some of the things I want us to look into. So if you now said, okay, now, I'm not saying he plays dirty, but he needs to work with those who play dirty to get there. So when they are talking of that, you see, nobody likes the Igbo more than me. I so much believe in the Igbo. I don't believe in tribe, let me tell you. I don't believe in tribe. So if they want to talk of politics, nobody should talk of the South. Even the South is even more preferable in terms of betrayal than the Southeastern politicians. Are you talking of Hope Uzodinma? Are you talking of Ojus Okalo? Are you talking of Rogers Okorocha? Do those people have integrity? So, you see, there are some politicians you can even say I should discuss with, I will go home and sleep. You're talking of Oti. I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but as of now, you're talking of Obi. Even this present governor of Soludo is not even somebody you will rely on. So in the South, not even Southeast, not South. The politicians in the South are full of betrayers. That is why anybody can come and trample on them and get them and scatter them. You can't scatter the North like that. Let me tell you, in all these things they are doing or they're saying, have you ever heard Erofai coming out one day to talk down on Kwankwaso? Have you ever heard Aline Dume coming out to talk down on Kwankwaso or to talk down on Atiku Abubakar? So for the unity when it comes to politics among these people is so, you see, our people, we are just Judas. Sorry to use that statement. Some, let me not generalize. Some of our people, both southeast and south, once we just hear money, our body will start vibrating. So, but you going to scatter? Okay. Why if this Tinubu that is too strong, he would have started from the north and start scattering from the north. But why is he not doing that? Because he knows he doesn't have that lever. It's very hard to break the north. And I'm telling you, if the north sit down now and give Shetima instruction, Shetima is either we accept the north than to go with the government. People are talking about, look at the visit of Atiku Abubakar to Buhari. You think that visit is just like Buhari and something has been going on? They just want to send a signal. Because
so it's not like they cannot discuss anything they want to discuss with him on phone without visiting him, or without even making the visit public.
Yeah, or even discuss it without even putting the media involved. You get what I'm saying? Yes. They would have even done it at night if they want to keep it secret, or if it's not something serious.
So it was deliberate. They just didn't want it to be a secret.
So they are sending you a message that when the chips are done, but we the Southerners can never, you will see Wike and his group will be in one side. Fubara and his group will be in one side. Ojus Okalo and his group will be one side. Dave Umahi and his group will be in one side. So we are full of jokes. I want to respond to see. I want to bring one issue here because this your friend Pasa, this one was talking something. Who brought Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria? Who exposed Nnamdi Kanu to the government?
Was he an Igbo person?
So you see, Northerners, they are very difficult for people to just penetrate like that. They may not be educated though, like that. Some of them may not be educated like that. Look, are you not seeing the body language of Aline Dume now? When Akpabio was contesting, who was in the forefront for Akpabio? But they are simply telling you that you can't just come and just divide us like that. And Tinubu knows that.
All right, thank you. Let me quickly speak to some of my guests who are standing by very quickly, some of my callers, so that I'll get back to you for you to take your parting shots, your final thoughts. Hello, good evening and welcome. Ayo.
Yes, hello, how are you?
Hello. I'm good, Mr. Ayo, you're welcome.
Yeah, this is my first time on this show.
Where are you calling me from?
Yeah.
Great. Where are you calling
I'm calling from the United Kingdom, Birmingham to be precise. Yeah.
All right, so is this the first time you're watching the show generally? Your first time calling in?
My first time calling in. I've been following. Yeah.
But have you subscribed? Have you followed us like a village?
I'm going to subscribe just after I finish.
No stammer. Go press some as you talk.
Oh, okay. If I leave this page, I'll probably be thrown out of this.
No, it's okay.
But I'll do it as soon as possible. So I've listened to everything. I think many are emotional. What's happening in Nigeria is disturbing. I kind of agree with Benjamin. Not that Peter Obi should go for VP, but what I feel is that, and this is my personal opinion, is that even if he becomes president, you see, our politicians have a pact amongst them. He becomes president, he becomes probably the most powerful, but can he And this is a question I've asked my friends as well. What of the senators and all that? They come together and they impeach him. They can do that within a number of months or a number of weeks and all that. So for him going for VP, I don't think it's the best. It's the best thing for him, because we know even in America, the VP is ceremonial. He can't do anything. He doesn't have any power. The VP role, there is no power. Jonathan became VP by stroke of luck. Unfortunately, Yar'Adua died. He became president. But I don't think that will work for Peter Obi, to be honest. And another point I want to make, more importantly, is except there's a total revamp of the Nigerian political system, because as I said in the beginning, our politicians have a pact. For example, I heard a rumor that Fubara and Tinubu met in London. That's
and on a day and I no go meet bust that London, and I no go bust that place in the
now,
on a day they try.
now politics that they play. Now politics. That's politics for you.
Oh,
that's politics.
all right,
That's
no
politics.
wahala, they
So
talk.
you see, there's a man. The federal minister is running around. Fubara self, I think he's a smart guy. I used to think he wasn't that sharp, but I think he's a smart guy. Don't say anything bad about the president. You just wait and see. You have just been suspended. You haven't been totally removed. 6 months you come back. They need that state. It's a pact. Politics is about signing pact and agreement. If you don't know that, then you just find yourself in limbo. They'll just put you in the middle. Look at what happened to the Speaker of Lagos that they removed. They went to Abuja and they went to shake hands. And money change hands and everything is easy. Everything is good.
Did you see the money?
Well, are you telling me that money did not change that, or you do not know that? So what?
I don't know. I wouldn't
Something
know.
would have changed hands, definitely. It's not about money. It's
Hmm.
power and money. So we need to be very careful. They say Peter Obi is calm. If he does more than that, they can unalive him. So we need to be very, very careful with pushing Peter Obi into. I don't believe that he should become a VP, because he will just be there ceremonial. Before you know him, his political career will just do and fizzle out. And I don't think he doesn't have the power to do opposition, even the way he speaks sometimes. But I think he needs to be able to play that game, align with the people, align with the people that have power. That's what he needs to do. He needs to play that game, and also sign that pact with them. I don't now know whether they will tell him to, do this, do that, because everybody that gets power signs the pact. There's an agreement. I said before, Fubara met Tinubu in London. Is a food for thought for us. They are discussing. 2027 is important. They are all, political games have started, going all about. So I agree with Mr. Benjamin. However, the VP, he has spoken more of the political step in Nigeria. People that have come with emotion here, I think that Peter Obi will just win the election. Does our electoral vote, does it count? Why don't we start talking about how to initiate a change of the electoral system via our representatives? Let them sit down and change, make some changes that will make it more robust.
So that is my fear,
Yes.
right? That is my greatest fear, because the current 10th assembly that we
Yeah.
have, under what one of my guests would say, Tinubu's will Akpabio, sorry, God's will Akpabio, would not likely to push for an electoral reform that will not sustain what they are enjoying right now. It will be a problem.
We can
understand?
push it.
So
Yeah.
it go make a break and down. It go hard. Say I speak to the grassroots, so I like to break down my conversation.
Yeah.
So it go there very hard. Make it be say Akpabio led Senate or National Assembly to change our electoral act in a way where it be say it go block the whole way they from thief
But
votes and do
the
magomago.
society,
It go
the
there hard.
society,
So that's the problem
the
that we have.
society has a responsibility to. We have an input into the process. We need to start. I watched Daily Fatorin speak.
Pharaoh Timmy. No be Yoruba man
I
again.
did,
No be
but
Yoruba
better say
man
the
again.
thing skip my brain small. Yeah.
Why they struggle with your language? Pharaoh Timmy.
Yeah. So Pharaoh
Go
he
ahead.
spoke about civic society pushing emotion.
Mhm.
We have to make that, because most of us don't even for us to recall somebody, we don't even let him just chop his money and let him. So we have to start making that. The only way we can change things is through political. Another way is what Shugure proposes, which is revolution. But when they ask him, he says it's revolution of the mind. we know what a true revolution is. A true revolution.
To change the true revolution of the mind that to come begin educate all the people who are not educated. In our revolution, the mind of Amajiri.
No,
Come
no, no,
on.
no.
Do you know the
No, but
task?
that's
Oh,
Showore's
please.
philosophy of but Showore took
Revolution.
place politics because
Maybe he didn't want to say the
yes,
other
yes,
one so
yes.
that
He
they no
has
go
he
hold and
can't see
say
the
what
other
talk
one
nonsense.
because it's going to be treason. Do you know what I mean? So but we know what he's talking about, except that revolution. And revolution must start from the people. But meanwhile, Nigerians are afraid. We can't take that move. We can't make that move. We're not ready to take that step. What we should do is
We're too scared. We're too scared of what the outcome would
yes,
be.
but there's no. We saw the Russian Revolution. We've read about it, the French Revolution. We saw the Arab Spring,
The
which
French
was a
Revolution.
revolution in its own shape, sort of way, shape, or form. Do you know what I mean? And changes happened, if not favorably, but we saw paradigm shifts, ideological shifts, and certain things happened that people took power. But for Nigeria, let's civic society, you and I, go in there. Let's push in our papers in there. Let's support those that are going to represent us there to move a motion because they don't have a choice. They will get to a point where they won't have a choice but to push that bill forward. And they will have to push it because civil society has an input into the legislative process. But many of us do not know. We do not participate. We do not engage for them to change the electoral system. So for me, the foundation, first things first, change the electoral system. Then Obi will go as the president. We can see that there won't be any shenanigans. Obi won the presidency. We agree. I'm a Yoruba man, but I've seen, things happen that I'm not happy with. If somebody has a mandate, give him his mandate. Abiola had his mandate, they stole it. Obi had his mandate, it has been stolen. We know, we all know how that happened. So I think electoral system, but for him to go for VP, I don't think
Thank
it's the
you.
best thing. He'll probably fizzle away and. So I'll just subscribe now. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you so much. All right. I have Prince Akwachi. Prince Akwachi, good evening and welcome.
Yes, Repre,
Sir?
good afternoon. We are purely on our noon. This is 12:31.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah,
You're
so
nice to
pretty
meet you.
much,
We're here to
yes, everyone who has spoken well. I think I align myself much with Benjamin. Benjamin spoke sense. And people.
Hello, are you there? Hello, Prince Akwachi, are you there? I think your network is bad. While we're trying to rectify your network, let me quickly take this call. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Can you hear me?
Hello, kindly give me a second. I was waiting for your network to restore, Prince Akwachi. I had to take another call, so kindly just give me a second. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Yeah, hello, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Go ahead, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Just go straight to the point very quickly so I get back to Prince Akwachi.
Declan Precious.
Oh, hi, Declan. You're welcome. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Benjamin is a brilliant person. He has some points. I don't agree with him about Peter Obi being a running mate. That will be a slap on all Nigerians who came out to vote for him.
In 2023?
In 2023, because the way Aisha said, with or without Peter Obi, Obedient movement has started. You understand? So that's a very big statement. Anyhow, coming to your other guest, the person from the US, I don't think he has his facts in order at all. By saying not all Igbos are Biafrans and not all Biafrans are Igbos, that's a very, very insulting statement to make on Igbo people. Anyway, that aside, the insecurity in the country is
alarming.
Horrible.
It's alarming, yes.
It is alarming. It is horrible. So, like I said the last time, we have to defend ourselves. People back home need to defend themselves. They really need to defend themselves. And I heard something, you said something about the governor of Benue State. Is the sense coming back to him?
Did the sense leave him before?
His sense is coming back to him because he's
Was
a
there
very
a time the
senseless
sense
person.
left him?
There was a time the sense left him when he went to tell people not to defend themselves.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware of that. There was, an escape of sense, but it's okay if that's your interpretation.
I mean, that's what you get from having incompetent people in power.
All right.
Anyway, Socrates said something like that. He said, if you don't become politically aware, then you have a bunch of idiots ruling you. So that's the point we have in Nigeria right now. Well, we have a bunch of incompetent. Let me just save my grammar.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Declan. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I was meaning to call yesterday because you had a very nice one yesterday.
Thank you.
But it's nice. The one you have today is also very, very interesting. I'll continue listening.
Thank you.
I'll continue listening. Mr. Benjamin should also understand that Peter Obi's mandate is not just a mandate for Peter Obi as a person. It's a mandate of the people.
All right. Thank you.
It's the mandate of the people.
Look
at the crowd it pulled. The only thing was that there was no structure. I hope they've started building their structure.
Thank you.
And I hope they solidify it before the 2027 elections.
Thank you.
So we'll see where that leads to.
Thank you so much.
As regards to the parties that are the people that are jumping in from one party to another. Obasanjo said to Ali Baba that if he wants to run for election, he should first of all get the military, get the Senate, and then destabilize other political parties and get his people in there.
Here we go then.
And that's exactly what Tinubu is doing now.
Here we go. Thank you.
So that's Nigeria for you.
I appreciate you, Declan. To enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely night.
You too. Thank you. Bye. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Prince Akwachi, sincere apologies. So your network was a bit bad at that point. I had to take the other call. So let me let you take your parting shot, Benjamin. All right. Your parting shirts and what's happening. So your state governor, when I give you updates, your state governor, they tell me that people say, no worry. Later on Monday, I go talk to her. I go tell her I'm waiting make her come out on Monday. We go talk. They don't explain more, but they say they go explain more on Monday. But let me take your parting shot generally on what's going on and all of these conversations we've had.
You see, our politicians they are gradually sidelining the masses.
Was there a time they never sidelined the masses?
Let me tell you, I traveled to one country. I will not mention the country. So I was in a restaurant eating. So the next person that came was a prime minister who is like begging to go for second term. He came into the restaurant. And when he came there, someone who was eating there, sitting close by me, and he asked him, he said, why do you want me to vote for you? And do you know what the prime minister did? He stopped all the people who came with him and stood like 10 minutes explaining, trying to convince one single voters why he should vote for him.
Our politicians don't get that time for Nigeria. We don't send you like that.
That is the power of voting. I am telling you, somebody lost a seat in the first world country just because of 5 votes. 5. But now, our elite and our politicians are trying to sideline the masses to say, indirectly, what they are telling us now is that if the governors is in one, like now, let me tell you, Oborowere just said, I'm decamping. Don't be surprised. He has not consulted even the local government chairman. Because those are the grassroots, right? But they will just give instruction. I want all of you to move to APC.
And they will all move because they need their food.
And they all move. Let me tell you, I spoke to a counselor today, and he told me that they've summoned all of them for emergency meeting tomorrow. Do you see the point we are getting into? So Sheriff is not thinking about me and you or the suffering of the common man. He's
political
thinking of
interest.
his own political interest.
All right.
So if I can get second tenor, whatever you see or how the government is treating you, you know why? Every time that they come scam us and we fall for the scam.
So how we go take how waiting we go do when make we no go fall for the scam again this 2027?
They have weaponized poverty.
So there is nothing we can do. Are you saying we're helpless? Nothing we go fit do to just help them?
I think at this point we need a leader who can recognize, who can be able to sensitize the people, the importance of the masses.
Okay. And what would the leader do?
You get? But do you think we can be able to get that leader in means of these pythons and lions? That is another fundamental question.
All right. Okay. So that means we leave this on we leave this unresolved.
Because let
now.
me tell you, you see, I don't want to come here and tell like your listeners what they want to hear, to give them for like hope it will be well. Why it's not well? Me and you know that it's not well, and it's not going to be well soon. You know, there is one question I keep asking myself. When you go to Nigeria, when you move from here to here, you see church. When you move from here to here, you will see church. I went to China. I have never seen any church in China. But you need to see the level of development. We pray most, but we suffer most.
Thank you, Benjamin. We'll have to wrap up now. Thank you so much. I was hoping you'd give me a final tone to this conversation, but you be like say that thing no get final tone finally. Be like say we'll not get solution for 2027 yet. On waiting we'll go feed do to make sure see we get the right person.
Maybe. See, if there's going to be a solution, it would have even started now. Let me tell you, are you talking of National Assembly, Robert Stamp National Assembly, that when as Akpabio is called on phone and tell what to do, nothing but that thing he was told to do. We are losing our value. We are losing our constitution.
All right. So we'll keep wailing then. We'll keep crying. That's what it means. I appreciate you, Benjamin.
I don't know the solution.
Okay, thank you, Benjamin. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been part of the show today. It's been an awesome ride. This was supposed to be a 2-hour show, but we did this for 3 whole hours. I am knackered. Make a good chop food, drink water, drop cup, and it renew my energy, renewed hope to come out to talk again tomorrow. If this is your first time of joining us, please click on the subscription button. Now, waiting you to wait for now. Subscribe, follow us like your village people. Make we move this ministry to the permanent side. So kindly click on the subscription button. If possible, turn on the notification button too. Thank you so much to all my guests. Mr. Shego Shopito, fantastic financial analyst, and also delves into political analysis too. Awesome man. Thank you so much. Benjamin Onyema, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for making our time in spite of busy schedule to come here and speak to us. We appreciate you. We'll not stop talking, and I do hope that this talk they enter our heads small so that we'll go learn lesson, especially for all these states where these governors and don't the camp go. May they know say without the people they be nothing. If everybody join together, say no go feel rig their vote. Which person vote you want rig? Which person own vote you want rig? Well, let's see what happens. If the people will be mugu for them, and them this time will notice say that the people now really gets the sovereignty, gets the power. I love you guys so much. Protect your mental health. It's not easy being in Nigeria and discussing Nigerian conversation. But I see you again tomorrow, hail and hearty, to discuss more of Nigeria's situation. See, we're going to talk until we get them right. Even when we get them right, we're going to press the neck of those people we get them right so that they could do more. Now the mandate will get with that. And on that mandate, we stand. I love you. I see you tomorrow.